Oh, my mic has been on the whole time, it seems. I forgot to mute it after last time. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I've just been sitting here. You probably can hear my keyboard. My keyboard has probably been audible this whole time. My keyboard. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I could have accidentally muted myself too. I went to press the button to like unmute myself, and it's like, oh. Oh. Oops. Oops. Again, unfortunate. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Let's be unfortunate in the greenhouse. Unfortunate. Hello, good morning, Pembu. Good morning. Today I am Eggy. I am Eggy on YouTube. But I am not singing this time. No singing. Only fashion. Today we are only fashion. No singing. No singing. I am. It was cold today. I think the weather lied to me. The weather report lied to me. Like, yesterday I checked the weather. I was like, what's the weather gonna be like tomorrow? And yesterday they're like, okay, this is the last cold day. Don't worry about that after tomorrow. But like, let me see what's happening over the next 2 weeks. Yeah, it was, I thought today was supposed to be like the first not super cold day. But no, apparently that's tomorrow. Apparently that's tomorrow. I was lied to. I was lied to. It's also, okay, I'm looking at the 2-week forecast. Yeah, it's supposed to get warm this week, and then it's supposed to, like, drop. It's supposed to drop again in the first week of March. Unfortunate. It's not dropping, it doesn't look like it's dropping as hard, though, but man, time to be frustrated. We're past the days of being frustrated about winter. It's time to be frustrated about early spring. But yes, good morning, Frank. Good morning, Bebe. And good morning also to Melkor and to Mads, who got here earlier. Yeah, it's time to be frustrated about the weather. It's time to be angry. Time to be angry about whatever the sky is doing today. I want to see grass. It's been too cold to start my car for a few days. Oof, yeah. I mean, honestly, there was like a lot of snow that fell recently, and I've come to the conclusion that I'm just not going to go anywhere until until it's like the snow is either like more thoroughly shoveled or gone. 'Cause like, I mean, okay, actually, if I go to like a busy area, like if I go to like a downtown area, it's usually fine because the streets are narrow enough that usually, and enough people are walking that they usually have it plowed. But like, my neighborhood, my suburban area is like, okay, they will like shovel the sidewalk and then they will dump all the snow that they plowed right into the middle of the sidewalk. So like you're just walking and then suddenly you just get like the wall. You just get like a wall of snow and you're like, oh, cool. I guess I can't continue. Or like they will shovel, like they'll plow areas, but you can tell that like they're not actually prioritizing pedestrians with this because like they will plow in front of some bus stops and they will plow near construction zones. Like I was walking the other day and it was like tons of snow, tons of snow, and then there was like this area that was under construction. It was like right next to some construction happening. It was perfectly flawlessly not a bit of snow, and then you pass by it and then it's back to snow. It's like, pardon? Yeah, if it snows here, I stay at home. We had a 50-car pileup the other day with only an inch or two, including one fatality. I mean, here's the other thing. The roads here are relatively clear. Except for the corners. Like, I've seen some places where there's been issues with, like snow piled up on the corner of a street. But like, okay, the other day, I went out and I had to go to this area where there was sidewalks, but it wasn't like a super busy area, right? So I got out. It was for like training for like a temp job. So I got out of the building because I took an Uber to get there, so I didn't run into this on the way there. But like on the way out, basically, I'm like, I left the building. Then I realized that the snow or like the sidewalk on that side of the street that the building was on was not plowed except for one little area for a bus stop. So I was like, I couldn't even get to the other side of the street because the other side of the street, the sidewalk was plowed there. But I couldn't get there because all the area up to where the crosswalk would be was completely blocked. It was like... I had to take a slower route home. It took me forever to get home, actually. Getting home was like an ordeal because basically there was a faster route to get there. Like there was a bus stop that was like up the street that I would have been able to take a faster route home. Unfortunately, I could not because I was stuck in that one spot. Like if I wanted to go to the further away stop, I would have to like trudge through the snow. And I was not dressed for that. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I guess I'll just take 2 hours to get home. That's fine. I'll take 2 hours for a trip that's supposed to take 30 minutes. Because the only bus that came to that stop where I was at was like the one that takes longer. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll take the long way around. That's fine, I guess. Like, it's very frustrating. I can't even use Google Maps for anything because I'm like, if it's asked me to walk at all, it's like I cannot. This is bringing like a new definition to the word walkable. It's like, it's not even like walkable as in like, is it comfortable to walk? It's like walkable as in like, can you physically walk there? Like physically without falling over. So yeah, I'm not going to go anywhere aside from like very well plowed areas, I think, until they fix this problem. Because I am quite cross. I am angry. I am going to be mad. So, yes. But, I don't know. It's supposed to warm up next week, so hopefully some of it melts and we can get like a more normal sidewalk. And I hope there isn't much more snow that falls. I hope that was all of it. I hope that was all of it, every single one of it. But today I am indoors. Right now I am indoors. And I am actually going places later. But for now I am indoors. And I am going to show you fashion. Today is fashion time. It's you! It's Kuro, in YouTube form. I am still actually the same Eggy. Nothing has fundamentally changed. I am still the same Eggy. I'm still the exact same Eggy. But I am on YouTube. That is the only difference. Is I am a YouTube Eggy. Like, on YouTube, I am an Eggy. Yeah. This morning is... I guess Friday is going to become YouTube day, I guess. Because I realize I've fallen into a routine in the past few weeks. Because it's like... I mean, you know, there was always Majora Sunday. There's always Mahjong Monday. But then, like, I'm like... I feel like we've gotten, like, Katamari Tuesday now. And we've gotten, like... Wednesday and Thursday is off. And then Friday is something on YouTube. I feel like I've fallen into that routine. I feel like that's a good routine. I feel like that's a reasonable routine. If I get a job, I don't know if I'll be able to keep that routine up, but I feel it's reasonable. It's reasonable. I think it's reasonable. But yeah. I'm on YouTube. But yeah, YouTube Fridays are nice. I mean, I used to say a lot because, like, there are some people who used to watch me on Twitch and cannot, either because of scheduling issues or because, like, they're at work and Twitch is banned on their work computer or something. So there are people I know who are only able to come to YouTube streams. So I need to do more for them. I need to spread myself. Are YouTube Fridays a regular thing now? I guess. It's not always... I know the first 2 weeks of it was karaoke. I don't know if it's... Like, obviously today is not karaoke, so I don't know if it will continue that way. But Yeah, it looks like that's gonna be a regular thing. I'm trying as well to keep like the gaming stuff on Twitch and the everything else stuff on YouTube. Um, so I think like if I continue streaming, so like Zhong and Zelda and all of that, that will stay on Twitch. But I think YouTube will be karaoke, yapping, probably craft once I get the ability to do that again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I need to set aside some money for furniture. I know I have some money coming in soon because it will be tax season, and I think I'm gonna get my tax return, and I feel like my tax return this year, because I don't know. I think last year, I did not like. I made a fair amount of money, but I did not make enough money to like actually. Because you know how there's like the tax bracket where you actually have to start paying taxes, and everything below that is just like tax return. I feel like I did not actually, especially since I did not work for the whole year last year. I think the tax I did not make it into the tax bracket where it matters. So yeah, I'm expecting a somewhat substantial tax return. So, but I need to think about buying furniture. I think I need to buy furniture, and I need to buy a new phone. I have so many expenses I need to do. I have so many things I need to buy, and I can't even like talk myself out of buying them because they're all important. You know, they're all important. Like I can talk myself out of buying clothes, but I cannot talk myself out of buying a new phone or, a desk or something. I cannot talk myself out of that. But yeah. What I'm hearing is that you're broke, but it's a good thing in this case. Here's the thing. I'm not broke. 'Cause like, so on one hand, the the job that I worked did not pay that much relatively. It was still the highest paying job I've ever had, but it was not like, it was like 21 Canadian an hour, I think, which is like, for comparison, I think minimum wage where I live is like 16.25 an hour. So 21 was like still the highest I've ever had. Still not like, it's, I guess it's entry level. But like I live with my grandma who does not charge me rent at the moment. So I still do I do my own groceries and I pay for my own transportation, but I don't drive, so it's just bus pass expenses. So yeah, I guess like all things considered, my lifestyle is not horribly expensive. Like yeah, I would have much less money if I were if I were in a different situation. But because of that, I was able to save up some money. So I do actually have like I have a fair amount of money right now. I'm not concerned. The finances, the Eggy finances are all right. Take the Luddite pill, reject all technology newer than the smartphone. What, like a different smartphone? I need a new smartphone. Like the smartphone I have has like it fell off a table the other day. The screen was cracked. It's been cracked for a long time. Like I think I dropped it in like 2022 and it got like one crack that was across the screen. And then I think it got cracked again while I was in Japan. And then the other day, it got knocked off a table and it fell on the ground and it's now much more cracked. It's cracked in the way that I could feel like little pieces of glass falling off sometimes. So I think it might be time for a new phone. But yeah, I'll probably be getting just like an upgraded version of the one I have right now. Because I think the one I have is like a Samsung A51, I think. That's the one I've been using. Yeah, this is A51. This was from end of 2020 is when I got it, but I think even at the time it was not like the most recent one. But I've had it for 4 years, which is not bad for a phone. What I'm thinking of getting is Samsung, what was it? Samsung S24 FE, I think. It's apparently like the slightly cheaper budget version of one of their other models. That's the one I'm thinking of getting. I'm saying buy a dumb phone, easy peasy, but I actually do that once my current phone dies. Unfortunately, I need my phone for many things. I need my phone to be smart, unfortunately. As a VTuber and also as a person who sends and receives emails when looking for work, I need my phone to be smart. I need it to be smart. I just, because, like, I want something with a half-decent camera. That's the thing. My standards for phone was, like, okay, I needed to have a half-decent camera, preferably something even better than what I have right now, but, like, it looks like camera, it seems like for a lot of things, like, the camera's just kind of plateaued at a point, but I'm good with that. So I need something with a good camera, something that is, like, because, like, before I was like, oh, it has to have a headphone jack, but, like, I was looking at the models that are available that are, like, newer, and, like, none of them have a headphone jack, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'll have to live without a headphone jack. I don't like it, but, you know, I want a decent camera, preferably under, like, $900, and what was my other criteria? Oh, has to be something that people actually make cases for. Because, like, my first few smartphones that I had in, like, high school and college were, like, they were not, well, they were well-known brands, but they weren't brands, and they weren't, like, well-known models, so it was impossible to find cases for them. So I want something that's, like, that's why I was looking at Samsung. It's, like, preferably something from a well-known brand, so that people actually have cases for it. Like, you can actually find a case without having to, like, dig for it. So, yeah. I don't need 24/7 email access. I'm going to set myself up to be able to disconnect. Yeah, I mean, I am job hunting, so email is good. 24/7 email is necessary. And also I am, like, once I have a job, a bunch of my jobs seem to also involve email, so I'm like, maybe I should probably continue having email access. You get the S24 even? Yeah, I think S20, well, I don't know, I'd have to see, because one of the things I realize is that, like, American and Canadian dollars, there's some things that are, like, I see the price for, and I'm like, oh, that's reasonable, and then I realize that the price is in American. In that case, I think the A55 is better. I mean, it is super popular. I mean, I'm assuming A55 is, like, the upgraded version of what I have. The other thing, too, is I feel like some of these are less easy to find in Canada. Because I remember, like, people would give me a phone name, and I would, like, look it up on Amazon, and there would be, like, nothing on Amazon Canada. So either, like, nobody retails it here, or it's just not available on Amazon. I guess I'd have to look at, like, Best Buy or something. But, yeah. The smartphone case market is such a pain. Well, the thing is that it's very weird, because I'm, like, I feel like the amount, like, everything is iPhone. Everything is iPhone. Like, you go to the mall and you see, like, a bunch of cases on display at a store, and they're all going to be iPhone cases, which is very weird because I feel like the proportion of, like, iPhone cases to other kinds of cases that are sold is not proportionate to, like, the number of people who have iPhones versus the number of people who have other kinds of phones. It's very weird. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's, like, a recognizable brand, or because it's, like, you know, they're pretty standard. Like, it's not like you have, like, oh, yeah, this is actually the, like, there's one slight difference, and that means that the camera is in a completely different spot on the phone. But, yeah, it seems like there is more iPhone cases than there is people with iPhones. And, like, I wonder, too, maybe I need to start looking, because, like, I think in Japan it was kind of the same. I don't know if the iPhone, I feel like the iPhone actually might be even more popular in Japan than it is here. Like, more people have them. Maybe I need to start looking at, like, Korean websites, because I know, I think most, because, like, there's, like, a bajillion electronics companies that are based in Korea. I think more people seem to have Android than they do iPhones. Like, I think Samsung kind of has the entire country on lock in that regard. So, yeah, I guess maybe if I look at, like, Korean websites, maybe I'll find more stuff for, like, Samsung stuff. But, yeah, but yeah, no, I'm not looking into, like, complete budget models, though, because, like, this phone, like, that just broke is like, this is the longest I had a phone. This is the longest I'd ever had a phone. Like my first phone I got in high school, I had it for like 2 years. And then I had to get a new one. Then my second phone I also had for like a little over 2 years, and then I had to get a new one. The third one I had for like 2 years, less than 2 years actually, and then I had to get a new one. But this one is like, I've had this one for 4 years. Like this is like twice as long. I paid probably like twice as much, but I've had it for twice as long, you know? Yeah, a ton of my Korean friends who come to the States have iPhones. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I was always under the impression that there was more Android because they have so many other companies based there. But I don't know what the ratio... Maybe the ratio is about the same as here. Because the thing is with iPhones here is that they're like... Because I guess the thing is that there's no budget iPhone model, I guess, right? Unless I'm wrong. Is there a budget iPhone model? Because you know how, like, with other companies, it's like, okay, here's our, like, big, expensive, fancy phone, and then here's, like, the slightly cheaper version of that other companies have. I don't think Apple does that. So it's like, I guess you can buy, like, a used iPhone or, like, an iPhone of a previous generation, but there's no, like... I feel like, I don't know if there's, like, a cheap version of the iPhone the same way that there is, like, a cheap version of, like, a Samsung or, like, a, you know, an LG or something. There's a new budget iPhone coming out that's like $900. Yeah. So I'm just like, a quote unquote budget. Yeah. I think that, yeah, that's the thing is I always associate like iPhones as being like, either you have a phone plan that can accommodate it or you just have a lot of money. Because like, yeah, like I feel like I'm surprised that iPhones is this popular when it's this expensive. Look at her, she is happy. YouTube delay. Yeah, never say anything, assuming... Like, Faye, you gotta assume that there's, like, a carrier pigeon bringing your chats to me. Yeah, this is 16E. But yeah, they're still expensive. Even the budget models are expensive. But, yeah, that's probably what I'm looking at. But I will have to do that in the near future. And then, what else? I need to buy IKEA furniture. But... 2 times speed. You can't watch a stream on 2 times speed. You're gonna start seeing things that haven't happened yet. You can watch a VOD on 2 times speed. I don't think you can watch a stream on 2 times speed. Is the iPhone 100% necessary to be a professional VTuber? Depends what you mean by professional. So, the iPhone has tracking features that Android and webcam just don't. So usually that's what most VTubers prefer to use, just because like it lets you like use, you know, take full advantage of your live 2D. Personally, if I ever bought an iPhone, it would probably only be for VTubing purposes. Like I would just install VTube Studio and that's it. I would not do anything else. Yeah. 2x helps your stream catch up if it's delayed. Ah, okay. I didn't realize you could watch streams at 2x. I didn't realize that was a thing. Apple is really only super popular in the US. Most of the rest of the world prefers Android. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that checks out. But, yeah, I wouldn't say it's 100% necessary. It does help. I'd also, like, I can say from experience, if you use your phone for tracking, it definitely takes a lot of pressure off the PC. So if you have a slow PC, I actually do recommend, regardless of what kind of phone you have, if you have a phone that can run VTube Studio, use that, because it will take a lot of pressure off of the PC. But, yeah, I don't think it's not like 100% necessary, but like, I feel like if you want your streams to have that kind of polished look to it, then yeah, usually the phone is preferable. It's usually preferable. Time to sacrifice my phone. What do you mean sacrifice? You're not doing anything to it. But yeah, I'd say it's not 100% necessary, but it does look nicer. And I think also too, for companies that have like, you know how like Some companies will have like their own proprietary tracking software. I believe those are also built to be used with iPhone, at least from the impression I get. I believe they're made to be used with iPhone. So I think most of the time they have, I think most of the time they use iPhones. I don't know, modern Android hardware has the same stuff as any Apple. Apparently not. Apparently not, because it's like, there's apparently some like AR face tracking thing that Apple implemented that Android just doesn't have. Or like maybe they have it, but it's harder to program for. Either way, like there's some things in VTube Studio that like either they can't be done with Android or just iPhones do them better. I'm not sure why that is, but yeah. Her attempts for me to play Balatro continues. She will be successful. Faye, yesterday on Twitter, I was like, play Balatro. And you're like, my computer can't run this. And I'm like, play it on your phone. And you're like, I don't have Steam on my phone. You don't need Steam on your phone. You can get this through the App Store, I'm pretty sure. You don't need Steam on your phone. You don't need Steam on your phone to download Steam games to your phone. Like, this game is it's in the App Store. Yeah, it's in the App Store, I'm pretty sure. You can just go to the App Store and search Balatro, and you will find it. And it will be there, and you can play it. You can purchase it and play it. Apple has a fancy LiDAR system for face tracking that isn't popular on Android. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, because, like, I know that there's things that, like, Android just doesn't do, and that was one of them. I'm trying to remember if there was a reason why Apple had this feature and Android didn't. I remember somebody being like, was Animoji, like, you remember, like, that thing several years back where it was, like, face tracking, but, like, on an emoji? And I'm like, people were like, is Animoji, like, responsible for, like, making people, like, making VTubing possible? Like, was that what they originally did the face tracking stuff for? Yeah, Apple has that's what, yeah, Balatro is also available on the Switch. Yes, I believe it's on Switch. Is that the only console, I think? Yeah, it's more like choice stuff from the devs. If there are more people in the US with iPhones, they just focus on there, I guess. Yeah, but, like, VTube Studio at this point, I feel, has kind of become the worldwide standard. Like, I find it interesting that, like, it is basically the closest thing we have to, like, an industry standard when it comes to, like, programs to use for VTubing. And yet it's just, like, a program made by, like, some guy, right? Because usually when you think of, like, other, like, quote-unquote industry standard programs, usually it's stuff that's, like, made by, like, giant company, right? Like, it's like, oh, this is made by, like, Microsoft, or, like, this is made by Adobe. It's like, no, this is VTube Studio. Everybody uses it, and it's made by some guy. Like, Denshi is, like, a guy. He's a guy. Yeah. The face tracking stuff was for Face ID, wasn't it? Maybe. But, like, I feel like Android had something similar to that, too. But they never implemented all that stuff. But, yeah, I don't think it's even just an American thing. I feel like it's also widely used in many countries. So, yeah. But for now, we are going to go to one specific country via Google Maps. We are going to Laforet, Harajuku. And let me turn off the BGM. And let me turn on a new, cuter BGM. A much cuter BGM. Here we go. There we go. I hope that's an appropriate volume. That's a very French pronunciation. Well, what am I supposed to call it? Like, Laforet? Laforet? Like, it's even in Japanese it's written as like Laforet. Like, it's written in the French way. I'm not gonna call it Laforet. We're going to Iceland. No! So, this is Harajuku, and this is Laforet Harajuku, which is a shopping mall that is very well known, and houses many well-known Japanese fashion brands. But this is the street outside of it. This is... Look at her being cute. I am cute. But... yeah, so this is the outside of it. I have been here before. And I was kind of weirded out because the streets are way wider than what I was used to in Japan. The Eggy dream place. Well, I don't know. Here's the thing with Harajuku. Here's my hot tourism take, is that Harajuku was kind of I can't say I was disappointed. I was a little bit disappointed. Because I remember people telling me before I went that, like, the area had issues with, like, gentrification. And that, like, a lot of the shops and stores and places that people actually liked, or that were, like, you know, unique to the neighborhood, had kind of gotten priced out of the area. And definitely there was some parts of that where that was, like, 100% true. Like, I can probably show you them later after we look at the mall. But the mall was fine. Like, Laforet was great. Laforet was, like, it was fine. Like, all the stuff I wanted there to be was all there. But yeah, I can see what they mean about, like, gentrification everywhere else. Because, like, if you head further, like, if you head, like, this way, like, we're just gonna take a quick detour. If you head this way, it's, like, all just, like, stores. Like, let me see if I can get all the way to, like, Takeshita Street. Takeshita Dori. But, like, yeah, like, Takeshita Dori, it was, like, if I remember correctly, it was, like, it used to be kind of, like, the main hub of the neighborhood. But then nowadays, it's kind of just, like, a place with a bunch of souvenir shops. I don't know. Maybe I just get, like, snobby about, like, people are going to an area I want to go to, but they're not going for the same reasons I'm going. So part of it might just be me being, like, a little snobby about that. But, like, you know. Lush, yeah. Yeah, it's all, like, chain stores. Like, there was, like, Uniqlo and stuff, but it was, like, yeah, it was a lot of just, there was nothing unique. There was nothing, like, unique about it. And then, like, yeah, Takeshita Dori was just, like, elitist eggy. Well, look, okay, because sometimes it's, like, I feel like there are people who go to Harajuku and don't seem to have any, like, major attachment to the area. Like, they're not really into fashion. I feel like a lot of people go because they hear it's, like, I feel like they just, like, hear that it's a place you should see, but they don't actually have, like, enough attachment to the area to, like, actually have any thoughts about it. I don't know. I'm gonna be elitist. This is my stream and I can be as elitist as I want. Like, I feel like a lot of people just go there and are confused, and then they eat a crepe, and then they go back. And it's like, okay, that's fair, I guess. But yeah, it was, but yeah, Laforet was good. Laforet was good. So this is outside. So this is September 2023. This poster here, they change it out, like, once in a while. Because, yeah, this looked different when I was there. There was something else different up here. And when we go inside, because one of the things I found out on Google Maps recently was that there are some places in Japan where they've actually, because you know how usually, like, Google Maps will take street views of the outside, but most of the time they don't take street views of the inside of anywhere. But I found out that there are a few places that at one point they did take, like, indoor footage of it. And Laforet is one of them. This is one of them. So we can go inside if I can figure out how to get us there. I know there's a way in. Google, will you let me in? Here we go. We might have to kind of, here we go. Let's figure this out. We'll get this figured out. Okay. Man, I clicked this and now I can't unselect it. Why everything is blue now? This is very annoying. Here we go. Let's go inside. This is just right outside. Let me in. Ah, here we go. It's minimized, but it's still blue. This is gonna bug me so much. People are gonna walk in on the stream like, why is it blue? Okay, just give me a moment. I'm going to make the screen a little smaller so that we can capture everything, because I think I made it really big last time. I was trying to, like, cut something off. Nah. Is there something cut off at the top? I'm getting annoyed. Oh, maybe I could full screen this? Oh, maybe, yeah, I can full screen this. That's probably fine. And we're on the second floor, so let's go back down to the first floor. Here we go. There we go. Now that will annoy me a lot less. I'm like, I feel like the... There we go. Okay. Yeah. And saying you can do time travel with some of them. I saw a few places where the businesses are no longer there, or the building was being built before. It's actually interesting. So the school that I went to, the elementary school that I went to, no longer exists. The property, I believe, was sold in 2014, and I think it got demolished a few years later. So, if you actually go into Google Maps, basically my elementary school is like, if you look at like 2008, 2009, you'll see the school there. And then at some point they got like, there was like a huge renovation of the front. So there was like a new parking lot and stuff. So if you skip to like, 2012-ish, there it is. And then you skip to 2016 and there's nothing. It's just like an empty field. It's just nothing. The school is gone. It's also fun too, actually. So when if I look at my grandparents' house on Google Maps as well, if I slide a little bit to the past, I can see my grandpa outside, like, doing the weeds in the garden. Just pulling out the weeds in the garden. It's always fun, yeah, when you see, like, random people. Because, I mean, inevitably there are people that will end up in the background of stuff. But yeah, it is fun when it's somebody you know. It's like, you will live forever in Google Maps. Google Maps still has my old car parked out where I used to live. Yeah, I think I found the house I grew up in on Google Maps, and you can see like the basketball net I had outside when I was a kid. But yeah, it's so these pictures actually. So it looks like they did this capture in 2017. So a lot of this is not going to be relevant, but that makes it more interesting, I think, because it becomes kind of a time capsule, right? This is kind of a time capsule of 2017. Most of the stores you see here, not most of them, but like a solid chunk of them are probably not here anymore. Afterwards, we can maybe look at the Laforet website to see which ones are still there. But some of these too, because Laforet also gets a lot of pop-ups. So like stores that are just there for like a month, So that's pretty common too. So I would say that, yeah, a solid chunk of what you see today is not there anymore. But again, because it's 2017, that was what, like 8 years ago or so? So I don't know. It's an interesting time capsule of the time, right? So we can go around. Let's go shopping. I think the first floor, one thing I find interesting about Laforet is that the floors are actually sort of divided by, not necessarily by style, but like for instance, this is the first floor. And you'll notice that it's not, like, this is fairly... I don't want to say basic, because that sounds... Like, I don't mean basic as an insult, but I mean it as, like... This is, like, very, like... This is a white t-shirt with a black coat on top, Just stuff like this, right? I need to go see you later. Oh, have a day. But yeah, like, this is very, like... Maybe mainstream would be the word for it. Because, yeah, like, a lot of this is, like, it's nice, but it's not, like... Oh, this is where the La Durée thing is. This, I don't think is here anymore because I would have seen it. But, yeah, so usually the first floor is... Because, again, this is where you would be if you entered. I feel like the first floor was kind of just very normal. Like, there's an entire floor for, like, Lolita stuff. And then there's, like, an entire floor... I think when I went, it was, like, a floor that was, like, kind of, like, vintage punk kind of stuff. I feel like they kind of try to separate them by, like, vibes, style, sort of. But yeah, this... I don't think this was there when I went. I'll have to Google. Maybe it was there and I just, like, walked past it. Because La Durée, so for those not familiar, La Durée is a macaron shop from France. I think some cities here, actually, in Canada, at least one. There's, I believe in Toronto, they have at least one location of La Durée. But the La Durée here is not selling macarons. Because the thing is that La Durée, like, they have macarons, but they also have like a very distinct aesthetic. Like even their macaron stores look like this. Like this kind of like these colors, these fonts, these kinds of furniture. Like it's a very consistent aesthetic. And as you can see, this store here, they're selling makeup. Like this is like a cosmetics and, you know, various trinkets store. Because yeah, I guess their aesthetic is like distinct enough that they can apply it to other stuff. So yeah, I know I had seen pictures of like La Durée cosmetics and stuff before, but I didn't realize they were like sold here. What is here? We'll never know. Thank you, Pillar. Here we go. Let's see what's on the other side. Oh, this is a lot. It's so wild to me that there's brands that I will not recognize because they were out of my sphere of knowledge. Like, just at the time. Yeah, see, like, this is relatively normal clothing here. Like, if you saw somebody wearing something like this out on the street, you might think, oh, they are fashionable. But you would not think that it was unusual to see. And, yeah, like... Oh, I guess this is yeah, maybe this is a vintage shop? Vintage collection. Chanel, Yves Saint Laurent. Yeah, so, vintage room decor. Oh, so this might be actually, like, a vintage shop. I remember they had a few of those, I think, there. Not this one specifically, I don't remember, but... Well, I think, is this the ghost? Is this the ghost of somebody wearing Lolita fashion? I'm looking at, like, the shoe, and I'm looking at, like, the dress. It looks very, very ghost-like. Yeah, so and then you got your, like, the Vivienne Westwood store right here. So, yeah, I feel like the first floor is kind of fancy things and well-known designers, I think. Was kind of, because again, it's the entrance, right? So, we are going to go to... Should we go down Should we go down first, or should we go up first? Where do you guys think we should go? Because if we go up... Well, actually, no, maybe we can start by going down. I feel like maybe we should start by going down, and then we can go up afterwards. I feel like that might be a better... Might be a better choice. Because if we go down... There's only, like, 1 or 2 basement floors, but then there's, like... It says there's, like... It's giving me, like, the option for up to 5 floors up. So maybe... Yeah, let's go down first. Let's go down first. So this is basement 0.5. So, like, the format of the place is kind of weird. Because there's kind of these, like, little half floors in between the main floors. But, yeah, so this is basement 0.5. Because, yeah, this building goes up and it goes all the way down. Yeah, this one is... Oh, I feel like the MAC Cosmetics might have still been there when I was there. I feel like that might have still been there. But, I don't know, MAC is like a well-known brand, so it makes sense that, like, their place here would be very stable. What is this store here? The other place... Ah, here we go. I was trying to, like, go just a little to the left because I was like, if I go too far left, I'm gonna end up back where I was before. Here we go, yeah. This is... I guess this is, like, summer stuff. This is June 2017. So I guess it makes sense that a lot of what we're seeing is also going to be stuff that was, like, summer fashion. Rather than, like... We're not gonna be seeing, like, a lot of coats and stuff. Because I was gonna say, I'm like, are these swimsuits? I think these are swimsuits. And yeah, like, over here, this is also, like... Very, very summer. Honey Salon. Even for the brands, I don't know if this was still there when I was there, but even for the brands that weren't, like, that have since moved out of Laforet, I imagine they probably still exist for the most part, but some of them might be, like, online only. Like, there's definitely been brands that have shut down since 2017, but some of them have just moved only online because, like, the real estate was too expensive. Here we go. Vid. Daz shop. Is that what it's called? Oh, Daz the shop. Daz the shop. Back before the sun abandoned us and left us to the mercy of winter. It will come back. You know, I went shopping yesterday. Yesterday I went to the mall, and there was like a ton of swimsuits. I don't know why they're starting on swimsuits this early. Maybe they're trying to take advantage of the like March break crowd who like go to like the Caribbean or wherever. I guess maybe they're trying to take advantage of the vacation people, but yeah, like I was surprised. Like, there was just a lot of swimsuits. I'm surprised they got started on them this early. And also too, by the time the summer rolls around, like I think last summer it wasn't even that late in the summer, it was like July. I was like, I should get a new swimsuit. And I went to look for swimsuits and I could not find any. Like, they were sold out of swimsuits by the time people actually want to use the swimsuits. I don't know why. I don't know why they do this. Okay, this one is an accessories. This is different, but this one feels kind of similar to, because I know there was, like, a lot of stores there that they had that I don't think, they weren't, like, one brand stores. They were, like, stores that carried, like, a collection of smaller designers. So, this one wasn't there, but I think it was something kind of similar to this. Yeah, they're selling to the spring break crowd. Yeah, like, I seem to remember, like, being, like, because, like, even, like, because it's, like, you know, like, the week after Valentine's Day this week, right? And, like, I remember I stepped into a store that sold, you know, like, a lingerie store, sells, like, bras and such, and they had all their swimsuits in, and I'm like, it's literally, do you not have, like, Valentine's Day stock to clear out? Like, was this not, like... This is still winter, and there's still snow on the ground. It's like -10. Ah, Etude House. Etude House. They've since changed their name to Etude, and it's bugging me. This is a Korean brand, and they used to have very cute, very distinct packaging, and then over the years they've slowly gotten rid of that, and I feel sad. I feel sad about it. Like, they're losing me as a customer. They're losing me as a customer. Like, their makeup was, like, just okay, but I feel like it was, like, the packaging that made it feel special, right? It was the packaging that made it feel special. And now they've just, like, slowly taken that away. They slowly whittled it away to nothing. They're like, oh, what if we... Like, okay, hold on. You see these tubes, how they have, like, kind of a curve to them? Like, these lipstick tubes here? You see how they kind of have a curve to them? At some point in the past few years, they now just make them, like... They're just like a straight cylinder. There is no curve to it. It's just straight up and down at some point. They changed it, and I don't like it. It's boring now. They were cute and distinct, and now they're not. Like, you know, they had this, and now they don't. They had these, like, cute little compacts. Like, these cute little, Or no, I think it was on the other side. Hold on. Yeah, these here. They changed the design of their compacts, so they're like, oh, minimalist. I'll never forgive them. I'll never forgive them. Yeah. I forgot to go and check for chocolate sales after Valentine's Day. I mean, it's only been a week. There might still be stuff. I always thought it was silly that my school had spring break when it was still snowy out. Well, I mean, I guess it's spring and that, like... Well, no, it wasn't even spring, because I'm like, now that I think of it, spring starts like March 21st or something, right? Like, it's like later in March. And spring break was always almost a week before that. Maybe it's because they're trying to imitate the US, and in the US, it's actually like sort of spring there. Yeah. Fun packaging is always a pleasant surprise now, assuming the product is decent. Honestly, like, you can convince me to buy a lot of things if you just package it right. But, like... I don't know, I guess some companies are just like, oh, well, people want something minimal. I'm like, no, make it frilly. Make it pretty. Make it cute. I don't want the boring packaging. I don't care how good your product is. If the bottle is, like, boring. But, yeah. It's like I think I said in a stream a few weeks ago. I think when I went to Japan, I felt like I experienced, like, a real spring for the first time looking back. I was like, you know, because, like, here, like, spring does not truly start until, like, May, I feel. Because, like, the grass can't start growing until the snow is mostly melted, right? So, usually what ends up happening is that, like, especially if there's a lot of snow that winter, it takes a long time for the snow to melt. So spring here, it's like, okay, it's warmer, but it's still cloudy and everything is gray and brown. Like everything is very like bleh. And then, but in Japan, like it was like, I guess because where I was, they didn't have snow. And even the places that did get snow, like, at least the ones I went to, like, they didn't get snow in any, like, meaningful capacity. So it's, you know, the grass can get a head start, which meant that, like, by the time March rolled around, there was, like, actual plants. There was actual vegetation. Trees were starting to have leaves. There was flowers. Like, there was actually, like, there was life. There was life. I guess it's for cost-cutting reasons. I mean, yeah, but a lot of the time it wasn't, like, the changes aren't necessarily to the packaging, but, like, sometimes, too, it's like, it's like, okay, here's the shape of this compact. The shape has stayed the same, but the, like, we stopped printing stuff on it. Like, for instance, there's a brand, of Japanese powder that I used to like. Well, I mean, the product hasn't changed, but they changed their packaging, so I'm mad about that. But it's called, I think it was, like, Supin powder, and the packaging itself, it was, like, it came in, like, a little tin. And they still do the tin. Like, if you buy it now, it's still in a tin, but they changed the design of the tin. Because it used to be all, like, fancy and flowery and had, like, little cursive writing. And then they changed it. And now it's just, like, the name of the product in a plain circle on a plain colored thing. Like, there's no stripes. The only difference is, like, it was printed before, and then now the design is much simpler and less printed. And I'm like, man. Oh, we got another earrings jewelry place. It's a shame these photos aren't in high enough quality to actually be able to, like, go in and take a look. Not that you'd be able to, like, still purchase these, but... What is this? La Belle Etude, which is on the same floor as Etude House. Which has now since changed its name to Etude. Laforet, good morning, Zelly! I like how they just straight up have, like, a piano here, though. They just put a keyboard. I wonder if it worked. Probably didn't. It's probably just a table that's, like, made to look like that. But... this was what was in style in 2017. I don't know, 2017 I think is a weird place to be. Like... at least in terms of the current moment. Because, like, I feel like 2017, you know when things are, like, far back enough in the past to look outdated? But they aren't, like, so far back that they start to look, like, retro and nostalgic? I feel like 8 years is kind of in that same place, you know? It's not dark at 6 p.m. anymore. Let's go! Oh yeah, we're gonna have to change the clock soon, aren't we? We're gonna lose an hour of sleep. We're gonna have one less sleep hour. I will have less sleep. Yeah, that's soon. When is that? That's like next month. We're almost at the end of February, actually. But yeah, like... I feel like it's very, like, again, it's like far enough in the past, but it's like, not like... it's not like the past, it's just like the recent past, you know? But also, on the other hand, it's like, 2017 still feels like 1,000 years ago, you know? Old but not retro is an attack on my childhood, please stop. Well, no, because, like, okay, think about it this way. Like, how long does something need to, like, how long needs to pass before something feels nostalgic to you? Because for me, it's like, you know when you look at something from 5 years ago, you're like, oh, that's cringe and outdated. And then you look at something from, like, 10 years ago, and you're like, ah, those were the days. So I'm like, I feel like for everybody, like, maybe it's also an age thing. Like, maybe as you get older, like, the amount of time that needs to pass before something feels nostalgic will get, like, longer and longer. Like, maybe? But, yeah, because, like, I'm trying to think of, like... because, I don't know, I feel like I get nostalgic when I see stuff from, like, 2018, 2019. I'm too young to feel nostalgia proper, I think. You're never too young to feel nostalgia. You're never too young. About 20 years, that's your limit? That's your limit before things feel nostalgic? I think it also depends, to me as well, like... I think it also depends as well, like, nostalgia in what sense? Because, like, 5 years ago on the internet is very different from 5 years ago in real life, if that makes sense. Because, like, even discounting, like, all major world events that have happened in the last 5 years, like, you know, like, just even, like, think of Internet 2019 versus Internet 2014. Like, those are two very different places, right? So I think that, like, maybe internet nostalgia is different. Because I see people being like, oh, I'm nostalgic for the year 2014. And, like, that wasn't that long ago. Like, that was, like, a decade ago. But I guess it's one of those things where it's like, it feels like longer just because of so much has happened since then. Because the internet moves so fast. Yeah, I spend time surrounded by people a decade younger than me, so it amplifies how old I feel. Oh, yeah, that's that. I think when I was in 2023, when I had just gotten back from Japan, I worked at like a coffee shop for a little bit, and pretty much all my coworkers, like I think I was the oldest person working there, aside from the manager. Like everybody else was like high school or like university student, like, you know, first or second year university. And it was very much just like, oh, well, like, it's also, too, I guess they didn't know what age I was, so they would, like, talk to me and then be like, oh, how old are you, by the way? And then I would tell them, and I was like, they'd be like, oh, okay. Like, I guess, but it's weird from that perspective, because, like, I guess as you get older, this is something I've noticed, is, like, as you get older, like, the difference in age gets smaller, even if it's the same. That's a bad way to phrase it, but, like, okay. When you're a kid, right, like, the difference between a kid who is, like, 7 years old and a kid who's 10 years old is, like, immense, right? Because your brain is still developing. So, like, there will be things that a 10-year-old can do that a 7-year-old straight up cannot, right? But, even when you're in high school, right, like, the difference between someone who's 15 and someone who is 18 is also pretty immense, right? And I feel like I'm in the weird zone, because, you know, when you see people who are much older, right? Like, the difference between somebody who's 40 and somebody who's 43 is not that big, right? Like, in terms of, like, life experiences. But yeah, like, I feel like I'm at the stage where, like, the difference between, like, somebody my age and somebody 3 years younger than me is, like, immensely different. You know? I think, to be fair, some of that might be COVID. Because, like, I feel like what stage of life were you in 2020 is, like, going to determine a lot of things, right? Like, somebody who is working, like, somebody who is, like, 2 years older than me, like, let's say, like, they had just finished, like, university in 2020 while I was still in university, their life experience is gonna be, like, massively different. And same with somebody who's, like, only a few years younger than me, like, somebody who was, like, in their last year of high school is also going to have, like, an immensely different experience. So, yeah. I spent time, but yeah, I maybe feel nostalgia for DS games, but I kept playing DS games over the years, so the DS never left. I guess, like, I mean, maybe it's more like nostalgia for when these things were relevant. Because, like, there's nothing stopping you from liking things that are not up to date, right? Like, there's nothing stopping you from going back and playing the DS. It might be more expensive and harder to find this now, but, like, there's nothing stopping you from going back and wearing clothes from several years ago, right? But I guess it's, like, I guess it's maybe a nostalgia for when these things were relevant, right? Like, it's not nostalgia necessarily for the DS, but it's like, oh yeah, nostalgia for the time where I could, like, go to the store and my mom would give me $30 and tell me to pick out a game, you know? And you could look at the shelf and there would be a ton of DS games there, right? The DS is still relevant. I mean, yeah, but, like, you can't... I mean, there are stores that probably specialize in it, but, like, you know, there aren't, like, new releases for the Nintendo DS, right? We're not getting, like, new DS releases. I've been living that for the last 4 years. Like, I'm talking to college students fresh out of high school, but I'm married, have gone through a military stint, and working in IT. Yeah, it's like... I guess it's just, like... Yeah, massively varying life experiences. I mean, with how commercially relevant nostalgia products are. I mean, I've definitely seen some people who have made, like, they've released a game, but they're like, yeah, we've also released this on, like, the Game Boy Advance. I guess maybe if you know somebody who can, like, manufacture carts for it. But, yeah, I guess it's not so much, like, there's nothing stopping you from going back and, you know, playing old games or looking at old products. But it's like, okay, back when these things were, like, relevant and super easily accessible and everybody, like, all your friends had a DS, you know? Okay, so I think we've seen everything we have on this floor. Because usually, yeah, it does work like a circle, kind of. So I think we're gonna go down again. Oh, we're going to the frilly floor. We're going to my favorite floor. I love how they put these mannequins like on the stairways in between. Oh, let's go. We're going to the frilly floor. We're going to the frilly floor in 2017. So I think we'll have to go down another floor. So let's go down to basement number 1. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, maybe this isn't the frilly floor. Maybe that's the next one down. Oh yeah, I think it's the next one down. But that's fine. This one's fairly frilly too. This one's acceptable. Acceptably frilly. Yeah. If you choose it, it's possible to live a lot more life in very little time. Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of it, I don't know, I feel like maybe this is also just like a life experiences thing, is that like, I think about this with like the state of the job market. Sorry, this is a fashion stream. Anyway, the state of the job market. Like, I think of this with like, you know, 10 years from now, because there's so many people I know right now who are like qualified to work and want to work, but cannot find a job. And I think about that, like, in 10 years, I guess maybe a similar thing happened probably in 2008, but, like, I feel like in, like, 10 years, every worker on average is going to be less experienced than people who, you know, got in just, like, 5 years before. Because, like, the fact that so many people are, like, graduating and then just, like, you know, this is a time of your life when you should be getting all your, you know, getting your foot in the door, getting your job experience, and yet people cannot. Or they're trying, but they're not being let in. I think it's like, oh, okay, this is going to have ramifications down the road when, you know, the average worker is just going to be less experienced, not through any fault of their own, but just because, like, nobody would hire them. Nobody would hire them. And I'm like, yeah, that's unfortunate. Or like how I feel like, you know, pandemic also caused stuff to be a little held up, I guess. So there's a lot of things that I think some people were like planning to do and they probably would have progressed as normal had it not happened. And now it's like, okay, I feel like people are kind of, it feels like people are behind, and I feel like the age at which people accomplish things is like getting higher just because big global road bump there. Yeah, it's a big issue in tech and games. The only job openings are senior positions. Honestly, I think that's an issue in every field, because I've been running into that in my job hunt too, where they're like, we have lots of positions open, and it's all like director of this and like project lead of that, or it's like, I guess it's like nobody wants to hire for junior positions. Everyone wants to hire for senior positions, but I think the other thing with the senior positions is that they're like, I guess maybe they're just not paying enough, so people who would apply for the senior positions or people who are qualified for it are looking at it and they're like, nah. Sorry, I wish drink water. But yeah, I think it certainly is an issue in the world. I also think too, as well, some of the jobs I've seen, I feel like, I don't know if it's a kind of thing of they don't want to or if it's a thing of they can't, but I've seen so many jobs that it seems like they want you to know how to do everything the moment you show up. So like, even some fairly basic jobs, they'll be like, oh, this is a job for like, you know, be a receptionist for a dentist's office, but also we want you to be familiar with the software that we use for like logging patients' information, which you would have no way of knowing how to use because nobody uses it outside of dentist's office. Like, it's like one of those things where I'm like, I don't know where they expect to find people. Like, are they just trying to hunt from like a pool of other people who previously worked at other dentists' office? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, who are you expecting to find here? If you expect people to go in already knowing everything, like, it's either a situation where like the last person quits so suddenly that they didn't have time to train, like they don't have time to train anyone new, they just need somebody who can do the job now. But it's like, I feel like so many jobs, there was a lot of jobs I saw that just like, they're like, we want you to have all this knowledge and all these things that you would have no way of getting unless you worked another position. But all the other positions are also asking the same thing. They're also wanting people who are completely trained, and it's like, why? Why? Anyway, fashion. This is Axe Femme. Axe Femme it's a brand. I can only describe it as a brand. I feel like you're supposed to still apply and YOLO it. Yeah, it's like, again, I think they're looking for people who don't exist. I think some jobs, like, you ever see a listing and you're like, that person doesn't exist. Like, they're like, oh, we need somebody who's like available 24/7, but is only this is a part-time job, but you need to be available all the time. Also, we need you to be completely trained and have, like, 3 to 5 years of experience in this thing. Also, we need you to we need you to accept this very low pay. And it's like, the person you're looking for does not exist. Somebody with the amount of training would not agree to be paid that, and somebody who would, somebody also as well, like, somebody who's accepting something part-time is not going to want to have their, full open availability all the time, right? Yeah, it's untenable. Yeah, you can't have seniors with juniors, and specialized industry knowledge requires, on-the-job training. Yeah, it's like, I guess maybe they're just, scared of, hiring somebody they think has potential, but then, they fail. I don't know. But, yeah, it seems to be like that in every field. I've come to the conclusion that, because when I was younger, in school and stuff, people are like, oh, go into this field or that field, because, there's job stability, there's lots of good jobs, and I've realized after a while, I'm like, I feel like it's not that job stability is a myth, it definitely exists in some places, but I feel like there's no field that will, absolutely 100% hire you. There's no 100% job stability in any field, because, I know lots of people who, go into STEM, they're like, okay, I'm gonna take computer science because, this is apparently something that will get me a high-paying job, and now they also can't find a job. There just seems to be, everywhere is unstable, so I'm I feel like there's some things that we're always going to need, doctors and teachers and stuff, but anything else is just you know what, might as well do what you want. I don't think, job stability, guaranteed job stability does not exist in any field, I don't think. Yeah, I've seen job listings with absurd requirements that maybe 3 or 4 people in the country could fill. Yeah, and they probably were not paying enough for one of 3 or 4 people in the country. But yeah. Hold on, was this a Disney collab? Oh, this was a Disney collab. That's why I was looking at. Because I was looking at this dress. I'm like, this is cute. I like this, lace over thing. But then I'm like, this looks like Flounder. This is Flounder. This is Flounder Little Mermaid. And then okay, yeah, it is a Disney collab. But yeah, this is Axe Femme in 2017. Axe Femme is kind of, I don't know what to think. Well, okay, Axe Femme is it's a brand that kind of makes everything. So this is, technically, this is Axe Femme Poetique, which is, I guess, kind of their frillier offshoot. They usually make things that are kind of Lolita dresses and blouses and stuff. But then they also, I don't know, they're very much a jack of all trades kind of brand, but I feel like that also kind of makes them master of none. But I still have things from Axe Femme that I like. I had a pair of shoes from them. I think I have some jewelry from them. Their stuff isn't bad. It's just kind of all over the place, you know? One thing I've learned too is a lot of times HR writes the jobs requirements, but they don't really know enough to know if those are good requirements. Oh, I've heard about that, especially in tech. I've heard that's an issue for tech people specifically, right? They'll be like, oh, we need you to have 10 years of experience in this thing that has only existed for 5. I've heard about that. But yeah, so Axe Femme in 2017. I'm trying to remember what was in 2017. Because this was slightly before Jirai and Ryo Sangata stuff kind of started taking off. So Actually, 2017 is a really interesting time to look at because I feel like it's like the slight precursor before everything that we have now, right? Yeah. Extreme Femme, Axe Femme. But yeah, it's just like, this is their girl, definitely their girlier. They have like regular Axe Femme has like more, I guess it's a little more basic. It's a little more basic, I think. But Axe Femme Poetique is very much like their very frilly girly stuff. But yeah, like if you look on their website, you'll find like a little bit of everything. It's a brand. I don't know what to think of it. It's like definitely an everything brand. Hair. What's over here? Ding! I think, oh, their logo, I guess, is like a timer. Ding! 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 Man, I feel like stripes were kind of in at this time. Like 2017, 2018. People were into stripes. What is this? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I see. So you remember how I said that, like, 2017 was kind of a interesting time because it was, like, kind of just right before everything that we have now? So, you can see a lot of things. We're gonna see a lot of things, especially on some of the other floors that are, like, you might look at it and be like, this looks kind of like Jirai now. Isn't this not Jirai? And the answer is no, it wasn't. Not yet. But things I remember happening around 2017. I know, like, maybe that was more 2015, 2016. There was also definitely a resurgence in, like, 80s, 90s stuff. Like, I mean, the resurgent, I feel like we've kind of moved on to, like, Y2K, but, like, 80s, 90s stuff was definitely in, so you're probably gonna be seeing a bit more of that, too. Sneaker select. What sneakers have they selected? Sneaker select. Look inside. High heels. Some guy looking at shoes. The shoes. Those are sneakers. They've definitely been selected. All styles are in right now. It's wild looking at students and they're all dressed in different decade styles. Well, I think, to be fair, I think some of it too is that, like, I'd say that, because you know how in the past it was like, there was a lot more of like a mainstream fashion thing. And like there still is, right? There still is trends that like lots of people will follow. But I think it's more just like, if you dress out of the ordinary, like you're not going to be completely alone. And it's a lot, because of the internet, it's also really, it's way more accessible to get stuff that might look outside of the current trends, you know? It's very funny to see Hot Topic become fashionable again. It's the youth who, you know what I think of it is too, is like, whatever was in style for teenagers when you were a kid will be what you grow up and try to emulate, I think. So I think of a lot of what we're looking at is like people who were kids in like, you know, 2007, and they probably went to the mall and they saw like teenagers who were like 10 years older than them wearing like, you know, Hot Topic goth, and then they're like, man, so cool, I want to be like that when I grow up. And then now they're grown up and they're like, oh, I'm grown up, right, I can be Hot Topic goth now. So I think like whatever was in style for teenagers specifically is going to have an effect on the next generation, like in about a decade, you know? Here we go. Yeah, this is vaguely goth. Vaguely goth. These are not brands I'm familiar with, but they're not also necessarily within my fashion wheelhouse. Kilo Shop. Oh, interesting. Oh, what is this? Tunal. This is kind of cute. This is also feels very representative of what was in at the time as well. Of like this like kind of... I mean, to be fair, this is still cute. Like this Mickey Mouse with like the frills on it, this is really cute. But like you can see kind of like that 80s, 90s kind of influence. Kilo Shop. Oh, is this like one of those places where like... I think this is just a secondhand store. Because I know I've seen some places where like they... Oh, hold on. All our clothes and vintage accessories are sold by weight. The price per kilo depends on the color. Choose it, weigh it. Okay. Oh yeah, so this is one of those places. Where they charge by weight. I guess this is just like a more upscale version of it. I guess you could try to like price max by like... you could price max by like, you know, just picking something like exclusively like tank tops or something. Like just the lightest possible items. Yeah, wiggly goth. Oh, is that rosette design on the shirt? I love rosettes. This is... CDs? This looks like it's Visual K? Yeah, this looks mostly like Visual K stuff. But I don't know if it's just posters or if they're... Oh, no, they're selling CDs. I was like, are they selling posters? Are they selling tickets to stuff? Yeah, CDs. CDs. Monster Honster. In my fashion place. Monster Honster. And Sengoku Shogugiga. Oh, I guess it's like a brand collab. Oh, this was probably a pop-up. This is probably a pop-up. Finally, so we're being short saves you money. Yeah, just it's like, sorry, pants are too heavy. Can we buy shorts instead? Yeah. Very interesting pricing model. Yeah, like, I've seen places here that do it, but usually they're not, like, as upscale. Usually they're just kind of, like, they're just thrift stores. But yeah, basically it's like, I guess it also feels like you're getting a better deal. And sometimes you are, if you're, like, going by weight, but usually they will price different things slightly different, I think. Where they'll be like, okay, these are the fancier things, per weight, this is gonna cost you more than, like, the cheaper stuff. Yeah, Monster Honster. Yeah, this is probably a pop-up. I think there was, like, a cat-themed pop-up when I was there. But I guess this was in 2017, there was Monster Honster. Monster Honster. Santa Monica. Ah. Another thrift store. This is definitely a secondhand store, I think. This feels very... I don't know how to say this. Okay, when I was there, because this is 2017, but when I was there in 2022 and 3, it was like... There was a lot of stores that I would see, and I don't know how to describe this aesthetic. I'm sure they have, like, an actual name or, like, an actual word for it. But I can only describe it as, like... American, but, like... It's, like, an American style... It's, like, based on American things. But it's, like, made by people who have probably not been to America. It's... Okay, you know what it was? It was, like... You'd see a lot of secondhand stores. They would have, like, a lot of stuff with, like... jeans, like a lot of denim, and a lot of, That's art from Monster Hunter Rise, which would make this early 2021. Nope, this is June 2017. Hold on, let me show you. Oh, is it not showing up? It might be caught in the corner. Yeah, this is all this, like, capture is from June of 2017. So yeah, this would not be 2021, this is 2017. Although to be fair, if the game was released in 2021, by 2017 it could have been in development already, so I imagine maybe this was like, if this was early concept art, they might have just, you know, the rest of the game might have not existed yet, but yeah. I missed part of stream. Good morning, Punk Asian. I am just yapping. It's fine. But yeah, like, there was definitely something I could only call, like, America core, if that makes sense. It was, like, stuff with a lot of jeans, a lot of, like, bomber jackets, a lot of, like, you know, Converse sneakers like this. You know, things with American flags on them, sweaters. There was a lot of, like, souvenir sweaters of, like, things, places in the States. Disney characters. Like, I can only describe it as, like, America core. You know what I think it might be? It felt like an aesthetic that was, like, you know how, like, you have people here who have made, like, things that are, like, kind of Japan core, where it's like, okay, this is, like, Japanese things, but it's, like, Japan through the eyes of somebody who has only seen, like, you know, anime and seen it in video games and movies and stuff, right? Whereas, like, I guess it was the other way around, where it's like, this is somebody who has only experienced America through, again, like, the eyes of, you know, it's someone who's only experienced America through, like, media, right? It was interesting, too. Because it was also, like, American items, but they weren't really, like, coordinated in a way that an American would do that, right? It was interesting. Let me see. We got cat on a noose. Very cool. Yeah, like, see, it was a kind of, like, this aesthetic where it's, like, sort of American, but also feels distinctly very not, you know? I wasn't sure if I told you the other day. No, this is 2017. I can see it in the corner. You guys can't see it, but I can see it. But yeah. Galaxy kimono. Actually, no, I think this is a yukata. Galaxy yukata. Yeah, this kind of stuff was actually kind of popular, of like galaxy print. It was like kind of the end of it, but that was kind of in at the time. Okay, so we've circled back. And we're now going to the frilly floor for real. We're going to the real frilly floor this time. We will be seeing the frilly floor. For real. Let's go down to basement 1.5. Let's go! Frilly. Look, we got frilly. Oh, this is big frilly. What brand is it? MR Corset, right. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at the petticoat. There's like a petticoat with like flowers embroidered onto it. Oh, that's so nice. I think for the most part, actually, when I went there, most of the brands that were there that are here in this 2017 capture were there at the time I was there. So, for the most part, there's a few exceptions. But yeah, frilly floor, let's go. We got frilly right away. But yeah, this place sells, unsurprisingly, corsets. Oh, it's Swimmer. Okay, you remember when I said, oh yeah, like, most of the places that were there were still there? This is, like, one of the exceptions, I think. Swimmer was, like, very... I can't remember why it went out of business, because I don't think it was due to a lack of popularity. I don't know if... Because, I don't know. Sometimes a brand can be popular and still go out of business. Like, I remember, I went to a panel a few years back that was at a convention where they invited, like, the head of one Lolita brand as the special guest. And I remember she said in an interview, because somebody had asked her about that, like, wow, there's a lot of brands shutting down lately, like, are things gonna be okay? And she mentioned that, like, sometimes brands do shut down due to, like, you know, a decline in sales and a decline in popularity. But sometimes, like, a lot of brands will close down just for reasons completely unrelated to that. So, like, for instance, sometimes a brand might, like, they might have a lot of debt, right? Like, maybe they acquired a lot of debt, and it's, like, enough debt that, like, no amount of sales will fix this. Sometimes that happens. So, yeah, so sometimes it's like, okay, poor financial decisions on the part of the people running it. Sometimes, like, there'll be a conflict between, like, the designers or the people who work for the brand. So sometimes, usually that resolves itself by somebody just, you know, everybody splits. But then sometimes it's like, you know, if it's, I guess, important enough people within the brand, then that will cause the brand to shut down if they just can't reconcile. Sometimes it's like operating expenses get way higher. So, like, they don't want to raise their prices, but the, you know, maybe the rent went up or whatever materials they're using got more expensive. So yeah, like, there's lots of reasons that are completely unrelated to a brand's popularity and sales that a brand can shut down. So I don't remember why it happened for Swimmer. I don't think we ever knew. I think they've tried to bring it back, I think. I don't think they have a physical location, but I believe Swimmer was popular enough that they did try to bring it back. But this was like a very distinct aesthetic, I think. Like, Like I said before, it was like the like 80s, 90s stuff you see here, like. And I think Swimmer also did. They didn't really do clothes as much as they were known for, like, I guess, other goods. So, like, a lot of little knickknacks and trinkets and whatnot. Accessories. I think I knew somebody with a Swimmer umbrella. I actually have a Swimmer. Okay, you see these. Can I zoom in on this? You see these, like, Game Boy looking things here? I actually have a pouch like this. They made another version that's shaped like a Tamagotchi. I actually have the Tamagotchi pouch. It's not in great condition because I have used it as my bus pass holder for like the past 5 years and it's kind of starting to fall apart. But yeah, I do have something from them. But yeah, you can see it's a lot of like... Oops. Swimmer taking their name very literally. But yeah, no, this was very popular, I think. Like, back in the day. But yeah, you can see kind of, you know, we got kind of your nostalgia atmosphere there. What is this? Maison de Juliette. I have not heard of this brand. Maybe it was this a pop-up? No, they have dresses. Unless it's like, maybe... I feel like I would have heard about this. But yeah, like, they have like this... Well, this doesn't look like a pop-up, though. Like, this looks like a fairly permanent store. Because usually pop-ups they aren't decorated to this extent. Let's see. Not for sale. Not for sale. I guess they were for display and then you, like, order it online, I guess. Or they're, like, there for you to try on. That? I see anime girls, but it's too blurry for me to be able to figure out which one. Yeah, they had like a Sanrio collab. How have I not heard about this? Did everyone just like completely memory hole this? How have I not heard of this place before? Hold on, I'm gonna Google this to see if it's still around. I'm gonna Google this in a different window so you will not see it. Yeah, I'm gonna Google this. Maison de Juliette. Oh, okay, it looks like they still exist. Oh no, they're still in... Do they have like a Twitter or something? Let me see their Twitter. Maybe they were there and I just like didn't think about them? No, do they not have a Twitter? FAQ? Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is. This is not a store. That's why I didn't recognize it. That's why I didn't recognize it. I see. This is like, oh, I see. That's probably why it's decorated like this too. This is a place where you can sort of, you can pay a certain amount of money, and basically, like, they have a bunch of, like, dresses and stuff that you can try on, and you can do, like, a, yeah, how much does it cost? Basically, you can do, like, a photo shoot. Like, you can get dressed, and do they do your hair and makeup? Service, yeah, dressing up Lolita dress, makeup and hair arranged, download 3 photos. Okay, so it's basically, like, a place you can go where they will put you in a frilly dress and do your hair and do your makeup, and you get to take photos. Ah, I see. That probably explains why there's like wigs in the closet here too. That's probably why. There we go. That's what that is. Okay, now I understand. I understand now. That's probably also why I didn't go in, because I'm like, I already own this. Yeah. I don't need this. I already own this. There we go. What's on this side? Oh, here we go. I'm stuck in the corner. Hold on. Mint Neko. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, Meow, meow. Okay. Oh, I guess Algonquins are just like completely imperceptible. Here we go. Yeah, this is like, these are, I know are both like goth kind of brands. But they're not the kind of goth that I tend to wear. I guess they're more punk. They're kind of like goth-leaning punk. Because I feel like they have more of like the... like ripped aspects to it. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. But yes. Oh, it's the frilly stuff. Oh, what store is this? Oh, Habillage. Okay. Oh, this is Baby and Alice and the Pirates. Let's go. I shopped here. I purchased a corset from the store. Yeah, this is one of the biggest brands, like the biggest Lolita brands, like in general. These are both the same brand. So one is Baby the Stars Shine Bright, which you can't see their logo very well, but oh no, this is also the Alice and the Pirates. Where's the baby? Where is the baby? Because one side of the store is definitely Baby and one side is definitely Alice. Either way, they're like two different concepts, but they're like basically the same brand. Here we go. Here's Baby logo. So, Baby the Starshine Bright I think is older. I don't know when they started Alice and the Pirates, but yeah, like Baby I guess is more, I don't know how to describe it. Like Alice and the Pirates is like more goth, I guess, and then Baby is like less goth. But they are functionally, I believe, the same brand with similar designers. It's just like two slightly different concepts. Man, it's so hard to see through the windows though. Man. Oh, yeah, you could get a giant Usakumya. This is their mascot for Baby. Or one of them, there's two of them. Oh yeah, see, there's two of them. So you got Usakumya. You got Usakumya, who is a bear dressed as a rabbit. And then you got Kumakumya, who is a bear dressed as a bear. I think they have a few other ones. There's a few other ones, mascots that they have, but they're not as common. They don't release them as often. I think there's like Nekokumya, which is a cat. And then there's another one. What was it? I think they might have like a raccoon or something. There's a few of them, but like Usakumya and Kumakumya are like the ones that you're most likely to see. But yeah, here we go. Dresses. This is when long dresses were starting to take off. Oh, veils were huge for a while. I feel like veils were big for a while. But yeah, we got the dresses. The shoes. That's a lot of shoes. I don't think there was that many shoes when I went there. Interesting to see the cubicle-style stores in Japan probably have more stores per square foot. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think one thing I found as well is that I feel like the entrances were more, like, open. Because, like, some stores would have, like, shop windows like this. But I feel like most of them are, like, very... like, the entrance feels very open. Like, this is, I feel, is actually pretty common setup for, like, stores in Japan. Or even for department stores, too. There were definitely times I almost accidentally committed shoplifting because, they wouldn't really be, like... Because I'm used to, like, in North American malls, there's, like, a very heavy division between, like, each store, right? And they have, like, you know, their own security system and stuff. But a lot of department stores, they would be, like... You wouldn't always know what department you're supposed to pay for stuff in because you wouldn't even know what department you were in right now. So, like, there are definitely times where I'm like, I almost probably walked away and tried to pay for something at the wrong spot because I just did not realize, like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm within the department store. It's probably fine. It's all the same, right? And it's like, no. No. But yeah, this is Habillage. This brand, I think, also makes a lot of corsets. I've almost bought many things from this brand, but I've never actually purchased anything. Yeah, see, like, they got more of their stuff in the windows up. And then we have good old... Oh, what is this? Miho Matsuda. So I think this is also fairly gothic. This is very goth. There we go. Good old Angelic Pretty. Good old Angelic Pretty. It's Angelic Pretty. It's Angelic Pretty. It's Angelic Pretty. That's... I don't have many thoughts on Angelic Pretty, to be honest. Yeah, no roof either. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is because this is the basement. So, like, the ceilings, I'm gonna admit, look very ugly. Just because this is the basement. But... I mean, I guess being in the basement, though, I guess becomes, like, a kind of a double-sided... at least in terms of stores, like, kind of becomes, like... It has its pros and cons, right? Because, like... Obviously, you don't have the advantage of daylight, but on the other hand, you do have the advantage of, because there's no daylight, you can have, like, better control over how your store is lit, I guess. Because, yeah, like, the Gothic brands look fine in the basement. Like, they look good in the basement. It's like, this looks mysterious, and the decor is, like, very... It's very well put together. But yeah, Angelic Pretty Store. This is probably... I wouldn't say... I don't know. Maybe this Angelic Pretty might be the biggest, like, the most popular Lolita brand. Maybe? I guess. I definitely remember this dress. I think I knew somebody who had this dress. This exact dress. But, yeah, these were things that I remember seeing at the time. Like... in terms of... what they had in stock. Oh, I remember seeing this dress, I think. I definitely remember this one. Because again, 2017, I think I did not have enough money to buy anything in this picture. But I definitely remember seeing a lot of it online. I wonder if they had, like... It's hard to, like, zoom in and see what's actually on the shelves. But, yeah, lots of gin jam. Lots of this exact genre of sleeve. I feel like this exact genre of sleeve, of this, like, puff sleeve, but not, like, the short puff sleeve. I feel like this genre of, like, slightly longer puff sleeve was very popular. I feel like it still might be, but maybe... This is definitely something I remember at the time, was, like, a lot of new releases had this kind of sleeve. I'm guessing it's fairly expensive. Yes. I would say... So for most brands, I'd say that, like, they're expensive, but they're not, like, so expensive that the average person could not, like, afford it if they saved up for it. In 2017, I was unemployed for most of the year. So, yeah, let me see Angelic Pretty Japan shop. Yeah, let me see what the prices are on the Japanese shop. Like, obviously this would be without shipping, but let me see, like, for the average new release, how much is it? Because I don't know if the prices of dresses have gone up substantially in the past few years. Okay, so... Let's see. Show me a dress. They're showing me all the accessories. May I see a dress? Please show me a dress. Okay, here we go. Let's look at a print. I want to find specifically a print because those were the dresses that were most popular. So... that's why I was like, okay, I want to know how much this kind of dress would cost. The website is being insanely slow. Hold on. Maybe it's because I'm streaming. Here we go. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Ooh, it's being slow. It's being slow. Okay, original print series. Let's just pick a random thing from the original print series. Okay. Oh my god, this is a slow website. Ooh. Okay, here we go. The dress itself is 39,600 yen, including tax, on the Angelic Pretty website. That's for the jumper skirt. So that's for the version without sleeves, the sleeveless version. The new version is, the version with sleeves is 41,800 yen. So let me do some yen to USD. I'll just do it in USD. So yeah, 39,600. 39,600 yen. That's $265.25 USD. So, again, it's expensive, but like, again, if that's your hobby, if that's like your hobby, if that's what you're into, then like, you know, you'll probably put aside some money. It's the same as having any kind of other, you know, expensive hobby, right? Now, granted, that is just for the dress. That's like not counting, you know, if you have to wear a blouse with it or if you want to wear accessories. Like, obviously, you still have to get the rest of the outfit, but that's roughly the price range. And then for the version with sleeves, actually, let me look up the price for the what that would be in USD. 400. Okay. So yeah, for the version with sleeves, that would be $279.99 in USD. So again, expensive, but not like completely out of the reach of the average person, you know? So, yep, that's, again, it's one of those things. It's an expensive hobby, but like, you know, so is playing Magic the Gathering or whatever, you know? It's another expensive thing to do. Oh, Atelier Pierrot. Atelier Pierrot. Atelier Pierrot. Atelier Pierrot. Yeah. Atelier Pierrot. I have one dress from them. So Atelier Pierrot is like it's a brand that makes their own stuff, but they in their like stores, they also carry stuff from other brands. So I know that I actually modeled for them because I guessed it at a convention once several years back. So I was a model for this brand, not for the pictures, but for a fashion show. But yeah, so these are not all from their own brand. I don't remember what they would have been making in 2017, but yeah, no, this is Atelier Pierrot. I like Atelier Pierrot. Their stuff, Atelier Pierrot, I think their original stuff, I think this is one of their own dresses. This white one here. I feel like a lot of their stuff, because of the kind of materials they use, I feel like every time I would go online back in the day, I would like see somebody being like, is Atelier Pierrot worth the money? Because like the pictures don't look like great, because they seem to use this kind of material that just did not photograph very well. You know how there's some fabrics that like, when you feel them and touch them in real life, they feel like fancy and luxurious. And then when you look at a picture later, you're like, this looks like it cost $5. Like Atelier Pierrot, they use that exact kind of material. It's like a kind of like fancy satin, but again, in a picture, it's hard to tell the difference. So there's like a lot of times where I would like see people online who are like, is this worth the price? And then people who have actually purchased from the brand are like, yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But yeah, this is what they would have had in 2017. I don't know if the dress that I modeled is here right now. Because when I did that, that was like 2018 or 2019, so maybe. I definitely remember seeing somebody, I think, at the same fashion show wear this dress in, I think it was in lavender though, it wasn't in white. But yeah, they also carry stuff from other brands, so not all this stuff is their own, but I like them. I like them. I think this was also like another like multi-brand, because I don't think this was there when I was there. I don't remember seeing this. I don't remember what was there now, but I don't think it was this. Oh, Meta! I like Meta. I actually might like Meta more than I like Angelic Pretty and Baby. This is Metamorphose Ton de Fille. Metamorphose Ton de Fille. That is, it's another brand. It's another brand. I feel like Meta is interesting, I think, because they're like, people like to make fun. Because the thing is, Meta, I feel, gets a little more experimental than Baby or Angelic Pretty. And their experiments are not always successful. They have some extremely weird looking garments at times. But when they are successful, they're very good. They're extremely good. Again, I went to an event last year that actually, it was in Canada, but they had them as a guest, and that was fun. I got to get socks from them, and I got a skirt. And yeah, It's nice. I like them. They make good thing. I think, what was it? This was in June, so they probably had just released. Every year they do like a sailor, they release a new sailor themed dress. So this was probably the sailor themed dress for 2017. Cause yeah, I think now that I think of it, I think I own more Meta than I own of like any other brand when it comes to like dresses themselves. YouTube Eggy Stream, hello Azure Blast, welcome. I am talking about fashion. We're on the frilly floor right now. This is the frilly floor. Oh, Nile Perch. Nile Perch, I think they're still in Laforet, but I believe they are no longer in this same spot. I seem to remember them being like somewhere that way. I feel like something over here might have closed down, and I think Nile Perch took their spot. Because I don't remember Nile Perch being here. I seem to remember it being somewhere else in the building, but yeah, Nile Perch is not it's not really a Lolita brand. But it's like a very soft. I like them. I want to get something from them someday. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I'm waiting for the right thing. Because they have a lot of, you know, very, I don't know, it's like very chill and soft. But yeah, this is Nile Perch 2017. I feel like over time, because Nile Perch, I feel over time has kind of like, they don't look more mature necessarily. I don't think that's a way to put it, but like, I feel like for instance, a lot of their stuff before would often look very like kidsy kind of. Whereas now I feel like they kind of have a mix. Also now they make more sweaters. I think in the past they did more like dresses and shirts. Now they have more like knitwear. Well, I guess they had little sweaters at the time. I like their sweaters a lot. I like their cardigans. They have very nice cardigans. I want a Nile Perch cardigan someday. And now I think we're back to where we started. Yeah, we're back to here. We're back to MR Corset, and we're back at Swimmer. So this is the bottom floor. Like this is the lowest you can go. You cannot physically go any lower here. So we're going to go back up to the first floor, and then we're going to go up to floor 1.5. So we're going up. We've seen the frilly floor. We are now seeing the other ones. I mean, there's still some frilly stuff on the other floors, but Lolita floor is done. We're moving up to Usagi Online Store. You call yourself an online store, and yet you have a physical location. Curious. Maybe it's like one of those stores where they just have like a store for you to like come in and try on stuff, and then if you like it, then you order it online. Maybe it's like one of those things. There's a makeup store. But I feel like that one's not like unique to here. Ninit. Yeah, this seems to be a pretty small floor. I think some of the floors are bigger than others. Dizit. Opus Titre? Opus 4 Titre. The Black Sheep Squadron. Rock and Funk. Dégustation. Since 2014. Sur place où? Sur place où? Où? It's like dégustation, I guess it's like food, like déguster is like eating. Sur place où is like on the place or? I don't know what they're trying to say there. I don't know what they're trying to say there. Oh, this is cute. This is cute. This is cute in a very 2017 way. Is the only way I can describe it. Like, I feel like this combination of like this kind of shirt or this kind of dress with this kind of cut and these kinds of boots, I feel was very of the time. Finally, dégustation. I'm hungry. I guess I am a little bit hungry. I ate a good breakfast though. It's not digesting. Dégustation, it's not digesting. Dégustation is like, because like in French, you know how you have like manger. That's like to eat, like on va manger. That's like we're going to go eat. Dégustation is like eating, but I feel like it's in like, I don't know if feasting is the right word. I feel like it's like eating, but in a more, Maybe I'll look up like an actual definition so I can like. I feel like it's more of a connotations thing. Déguster in English. Let's see. Déguster. To taste, to enjoy, to taste. So I guess it's eating, but in a way that like is more. Yeah, it's like to savor. It's like eating in a way where you're really thinking about the flavor more so than just like munch and crunch, you know? That I think that's the vibe. Déguster. Like dégustation, I guess, is like tasting. Like I guess if you went for like a wine tasting or like a cheese tasting, you know, like we shall taste, we shall enjoy. That's quite a mannequin. Yeah, the I mean, I don't think she's... Is she modeling anything? I think it might just be... Oh, hold on. Maybe it's a hat. Oh, I know, it's a display. It's a shelf. It's not a mannequin, it's a shelf. Get with the program. This is a shelf. Very silly shop. What is this? Butte. Butte? Butte? I guess it's more, it seems to be like cosmetics and nail stuff. Is that Manic Panic? Like the hair dye? I guess it's just, like, it's cosmetics. There's another cosmetic shop on this floor, so maybe that's just kind of what it's for. Gom, 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 gom. Gom, gom. Gom, gom. Gom, gom. Frappe bois. Frappe bois. I'm confused. I'm confused. This is another accessories. Yeah, it's eating for foodies. I guess, yeah, but it's like eating for the taste, not just for like the nutrition of it, you know? Frappe bois. I'm confused because like framboise is like that's raspberry in French. Maybe there's like a pun in there that I'm not like aware of. Oh, these kinds of pants. These kinds of pants, like these, like I think they were called like sarul pants. These I feel were also very popular at the time. I remember seeing a lot of pictures, like specifically within like Japanese fashion of those. Those were very popular at the time. I think I kind of wanted a pair, but I never ended up getting any. I'm sure we'll run into them at least once more. Franche Lippe. Oh, this is a name I haven't heard in a long time. I wonder what happened to them. They're probably still around. I just forgot. I feel like there's a bunch of stores where my main exposure to them was through finding their stuff secondhand. So there's a website I like to use called Closet Child that it's a secondhand store in Japan, but specifically for like, you know, Lolita and various other niche J-fashion styles, right? So they specifically take stuff for that. And there's a bunch of brands that I've only learned about because I would see them being like secondhand on Closet Child. So to be fair, some of these I probably didn't get a very good first impression. Like my first impression of Axe Femme was terrible because it was a secondhand site. I would see a lot of Axe Femme on there, right? Especially since their stuff is a little cheaper than other stores. So like I've seen a lot of Axe Femme stuff on there, but I guess I just got a bad impression because it's secondhand, right? By default, I'm getting the Axe Femme stuff that nobody wanted, right? Is this Style Savvy Girls Mode music fitting? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Chelsea? I know it said Chelsea somewhere. Oh, Chelsea is the store over here. This one is Franche Lippe, which I'm not even sure if that means anything in French. But yeah, I do like this shirt. Is that a cherry necklace? I do like this shirt, like with the frill at the side. Frill on the shoulder. I guess that never really went out of style. I like it. I hope it continues to be in style. Yeah, Chelsea is the one over here, the one behind us. And let's take a look at it. Nope, we're looking at makeup now. Looking at cosmetics. We do not need to look at that. Here we go. Here we go. Chelsea. Clothing. Yeah, I didn't know about the secondhand thing. Yeah, because, like, the thing is that, like, I find as well, like, secondhand sales in Japan is interesting, I think, as well for secondhand sales. Because I feel like it's, at least within, like, Lolita community. I mean, there definitely are people who, in Japan, who try to, like, upsell stuff or, like, you know, scalpers and stuff. But, like, I feel like for the most part, I feel like what tends to happen with Lolita fashion for secondhand is, like, the international community is like, okay, so I had this dress and, like, I spilled food on it and my cat peed on it and, you know, there's like a button missing somewhere, but it's a really in-demand print, so I'm gonna sell it for, like, you know, twice the price I bought it for. And then, I feel like when you have, like, Japan secondhand, it's often that's just like, so I bought this, I took the tags off and I wore it once, and there's like a tiny imperceptible stain on, like, somewhere on the inside that, you know, you're not gonna find unless you're looking for it. But anyway, I'm gonna sell it for, like, half the price I bought it for. So, I mean, it's definitely changed. Like, obviously, there are still people in Japan who are trying to, you know, make money with this, and there's still people outside of Japan who are reasonable. But I feel like that's generally, in my experience, been, like, the state of the Japanese versus international secondhand. Yeah, Japan secondhand is ridiculously good. Yeah. Well, I feel like maybe people's standards are just higher of, like, what is an acceptable condition for an item to be in order to be resold, I feel. I think it's just like their standards are higher, you know? But yeah. Yeah, Closet Child is pretty good. They have locations. They have several in Tokyo, different parts of Tokyo. They have one in Osaka. I think they have one in Yokohama. And then I think they might have one in, there's got to be another one, maybe in Nagoya. But yeah, no, they got locations, and going in person is also fun. But yeah, if you shop online, you get, like, the full selection of all their locations. So yeah, I think I did a shopping stream a while back. I did, like, a shopping stream where I, like, went on Closet Child, and I just, like, I was like, you know, with chat, I'm like, should I buy this? Should I buy this? Should I buy this? Let's see. Container. EXO CBX. EXO? Like the K-pop group? Oh my god, they blurred out their faces. I know that Google, maybe I guess it's automatic, because I know Google will, like, automatically blur out faces of people who are, like, walking. Like, you can see, like, they blur out the faces there. I think they might have misfired and blurred out the faces of the posters here. Yeah, I guess I can take care of their stuff better. I don't know. Again, I think it's more just, like, the standards are higher, right? Like, I feel like here people will sell stuff in whatever condition it's in. But I feel like there's kind of, like, a sense of, like, I don't want to embarrass myself by, like, selling something that's in terrible condition, because then that's going to reflect very poorly on me. Yeah, it's probably automatic. But yeah, no, I think they misfired a little. They misfired. Okay, wait, so this is the entrance. Is there an exit somewhere? Is it the exit on the other side, I guess? Where's the exit? Is it maybe exit's over here somewhere? Where's the exit? Are they just taking up the entire middle? Oh, the exit's here. Here we go. Oh, right in the corner where I can't see it. Oh, here we go. Here it is. So yeah, is this like EXO? I know there's a K-pop group called EXO, but, like, was this something else? Because this definitely looks like K-pop stars. I can't see because Google decided to blur their faces, but obviously this was not there when I was there. But yeah, I mean, that means it recognized faces, so good job, Google. Yeah. Oh, Maison de Fleurs! Maison de Fleurs. This is still there. This one is still there, and I think it's even in the same spot still. Maison de Fleurs is... When I was there... Okay, so they make a lot of these... Like, they're a brand that largely makes... Oops. They make, like, purses and tote bags and accessories and stuff. But when I was there, these kinds of tote bags, like this kind of ones with, like, the ribbons on the side, and, like, they made these little clips that you could attach to the purse. These were insanely popular. Like, I swear you could not, like, I could not leave my house without seeing somebody carrying one. So I actually have one. I bought one because I'm like, well, I need a purse here, and everyone I look at seems to have one. So I might as well. But yeah, no, Maison de Fleurs, I think they're still very popular. They're still very popular. I don't know how popular they were at the time that this picture was taken, but they're still very popular. Oh, yeah, here, I think second floor is where there's like a food court. There's like a food court kind of thing here. Amijed? Mexico. Mexico. I guess this is kind of a vaguely Mexico looking. Mexico. When I was a kid, actually, sorry, this unrelated story. When I was a kid, there was once, because I guess when I was at school, I had a lot of classmates during March break that were going to, you know, Mexico or the Caribbean or something. And my family, obviously, like, we did not have that kind of money. So there was one day where I guess I was in, like, kindergarten. I think that one day I just, like, woke up and I told my mom, I'm like, I'm going to Mexico. So we did, like, a whole thing. She just, like, played along with it, where, like, I just, like, packed my suitcase. We have pictures of, I think my mom took pictures of me and my sister doing this. We just, like, packed suitcases and, like, you know, pretended we were going on a trip. And then, like, I don't know. I think my mom, I don't know if she made us, like, Mexican food or something for dinner, but, like, she just, like, played along. She's like, yeah, we're going to Mexico. So we just did, like, a little pretend vacation to Mexico. Is this your favorite shopping place? This is one in Japan. I really did like it, though. I really did like it. If you're going to go to Harajuku, I would say this is, like, the one place you really should go. Like, if you want to see actual fashion, I feel like Laforet is, like, the place you should go. Because I know a lot of other places were kind of very touristy, or they very much just, like, only had souvenirs. But no, this is, Laforet is the real deal, I would say. Unless everything somehow fell apart between, like, 2022 and now. But yeah, I guess this is also, yeah, kind of, not the food court, but, like, this is where food is purchasable. I think the food here, there wasn't that much of it, and it was kind of expensive, like, because again, this is not like a food court, right? Like, this is not, you're not gonna find, like, your fast food options here. It's more just, I guess, like, they're kind of fancy. Like, they're kind of fancy. I guess the fact that they're inside Laforet is the draw. Hold on, let me start up the music again. There we go. But yeah, this is XOCBX. Are they gonna grab them? Oh, yep, this is the K-pop group. Baekhyun, Chen. Yeah, this is the K-pop group. I was right. Onigiri. Yeah, like, these are fancy onigiri. Like, 300 yen is way more than you would probably pay for an onigiri. Probably, especially at the time. Like, this was like 8 years ago. So I was like, even not thinking about inflation. Again, I realize your mouth is barely moving. I guess I can, like, reset. Oh, there we go. I've reset the calibration, I think. Some of it, I think, is because of my setup. The setup I have right now, I have a pop filter for my mic. And sometimes I feel like the pop filter tends to, like, obscure my mouth a little if the camera is not in, like, the exact right place. I don't know how VTubers figure out a way to, like, do this. Because, like, with live, like, regular facecam streaming, right? If your mouth is covered by your mic, it's not, like, a huge deal, right? Because people can still see the rest of your face. But, like, if your mouth is not visible when you're doing VTubing, then it just, like, breaks everything. Ventriloquism practicing Eggy. Yeah. What is this store at the corner here? Dolly and Molly. I have not heard of this one. These are clothes. They are clothes. Clothing. I'm trying to get a good look at it, but it's like right at the corner where it's like really difficult. Ah, here we go. There we go. We got a better view. Sock with frill. Sock with frill. These are kind of cute. Again, it's overwhelming how many brands I am not aware of and will probably never be aware of. Like, it's overwhelming. There's just like an overwhelming amount. Ah, this brand. This one I am familiar with. Entirely because I kept seeing it on Closet Child for a while. I don't know. I feel like this one I remember seeing on Instagram a lot. Back in the day. I think I followed them on Instagram, so I'd know about like every single new thing they released. I feel like... Is this brand still around? I'm gonna Google them now. Hold on. Hold on. Rosemary Sewa. I think they're trying to say swal, but I don't think. Let's see. Are they still around? Oh, okay. It looks like they still exist. Their website is still up. Let me see their Instagram. When was their last post? Their last post was 9 hours ago. Okay, so they're definitely still around. I think they just closed all their... I don't know if their location was still there when I was there. Because, yeah, I remember this brand... I feel like this... I'm surprised because this brand was one of those ones where the aesthetic kind of felt like a precursor to, like, Jirai. Like, especially these bags. I wanted one of these bags so badly. I know that these kinds of bags with, like, the frill along the outside, you can make yourself... Like, they're not terribly difficult to make. But I'm like, I wanted one so bad. Like, these ones. These guys. But yeah, like, this definitely feels sort of like precursor. This feels like a precursor. Paris House. Is this the Paris House? I think this is the Paris House. Yes, this is the Paris House. And everything they have has googly eyes on it. There we go. Here we go. I found a bag for Bodega. I found a bag for Bodega here. Oh, meow meow. Googly eyes. That's the Paris House. It's the house for Paris. Was anything in here? Or is this... Oh, no, these are the elevators. Never mind. It's like, what's in here? It's elevators. Kansai Yamamoto. Tonal. Oh, Jane Marple. Oh, hold on. We missed a store here. Is there an angle I can view this from that's not gonna completely obscure everything? Can I please step like 2 feet? No, that's too many feet forward. Can I have, please go like 2 centimeters forward? There we go. Perfect. This is what I need. I'll take your entire stock of googly eyes. Yeah, this is another brand that's like not Lolita, but like sort of Lolita adjacent. Like it has definitely the prints, but it doesn't really have the shape of a dress, right? But I have a few things from them. I've bought stuff from them before. I have some kind of theory though, because like I don't know, maybe they're just way more popular in Japan than they are abroad, but like I don't know anybody else who owns any items from them. I don't think I've ever seen somebody, like I've never seen somebody wear anything from them here. But when I would look on like Closet Child or other secondhand stores, there would be tons of Jane Marple all the time. Like just all the time. And my theory is that like they just go and sell like old stock to the secondhand stores. That's my theory, because I'm like, there is no reason that there would be this much like Jane Marple in the store at any given time, unless it's way more popular in Japan and people are just going through it faster. That's the only thing. The rosemary stuff vaguely reminds me of pajama styles. Yeah, you know what? Now that you say that, I definitely remember pajamas were actually kind of like a brief trend. Not necessarily with this brand, but I remember there was like a brief trend within kind of more of like the like pop decora kind of circles. I remember there was like a brief trend of people using like styling pajamas in that way. That was definitely a thing, I think, around like 2016, 2017. But I think another thing that was like kind of gearing up at the time was, so so the magazine is still around, but like specifically in like 2010s, there was a magazine called Larm, And it was like very, the kind of stuff that was in there was like very, I guess, influential, I guess. So I feel like usually, I know people here, this is one of those moments of like weird cultural disconnect, but because a lot of the time, like for instance, if you'd have like somebody who's going around doing like fashion reporting and they'd be talking to people on the street in Harajuku and they're like, what are you wearing? And people would be like, if they were wearing something that was inspired by something they saw in LARM, they would be like, oh, it's kind of like LARM-K, like LARM style. But then I think like people overseas interpreted that as its own new sub-style. So they'd be like, oh yes, LARM-K. And they were trying to like make it its whole own thing. And they were like trying to host like LARM meetups and stuff. So, but there it was just kind of like a magazine that was influential, and so styles people were trying to dress like what was in the magazine. And I feel like what you guys saw there at Rosemary was like more in line with that. Okay, these are all stories we've already seen, I think. Let's go to floor 2.5. What is this here? It's closed is what it is. It is closed right now. What is this? Bank. 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 Oh, this was like a... Oh, we got LHP woman. Oh, this was an exit. This could take you outside, I think. Yeah, there's like a little patio here. With places to sit. Oh my god, okay. Here's another complaint I had about Harajuku when I went. There's many places to eat and absolutely nowhere to sit. Like, it is like, I remember I think I ended up going, because I wanted to get something unique. I was like, what food is unique to the area? And then I just ended up going to like, Matsuya or something. Like, I ended up going for like, just the most generic, like, because I'm like, I was so hungry, and I was like, there's everywhere to eat, but everywhere was like food stalls, or like trucks, and like there was nowhere to sit. And I was like, you're not supposed to eat while walking in Japan. That's generally considered kind of a faux pas. But also, like, I don't know where they want you to eat. Do you want you to just stand? And, like, I was very, I don't know, my legs were tired. My legs were tired, and I was not wearing the right shoes for this. Influential? Yeah, I guess influential is in, like, it had an influence on everything that was going on at the time. But, like, yeah, that's my review of Harajuku is, it needs more benches. It needs more benches. I don't know where they're gonna put them, but just put them somewhere. Well then, I'm gonna stretch. I'm gonna do a little stretch. Alright. Let's see, was there anything else here? This is closed. I guess that was... Either it wasn't open that day, or it was like in the process. Is that One Piece? Is that One Piece? I don't know what was there. Nuevo. That kind of sounds like huevo, which means egg. But yeah, I don't know if this was still there. I don't know if I even went to this floor. Or if I did, it was to get to the outdoor exit. Let's see, floor 3. Floor 3. Here we go, floor 3. We got... This is an American brand, isn't it? Dickies? I think this is an American brand. They make, like, jeans and such, I believe. This is American, I think. And what is this? I take, like, H Fractal. Plaid. Plaid was... I mean, plaid has never really gone out of style, I don't think. Time to bring your own camping stool. Or Biofix or something. What? Yeah. I think it's just like... I think it's also too just that I was like tired. I was like excitable and also very tired. But I felt bad. I'm like, I didn't even have a crepe in Harajuku. I need to go back. I need to go back so I can eat a crepe. Because I did not even get to do that. I literally just like... I was so tired. I'm like, please just give me somewhere to sit and eat a meal. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll have beef bowl. I guess. Yeah, this is... I think this is an American brand. Merci beaucoup. I'm enjoying the one guy just sitting there. The one guy. I wonder if he's a tourist. Or maybe it's like, maybe his girlfriend is shopping and he's just kind of waiting. I do like these pinstripe overalls though. Merci beaucoup. What is this? Something Los Angeles, but I think half the name's on the other side. Ah, Joy Rich, Los Angeles. I'm not familiar with this brand either, I don't think. You know, what was in 2017 of putting... I don't know, this is a very 2017 looking hoodie here. This looks very 2017. Ooh, what's this way? Oh, there's more stuff this way. In the corner. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, I think this was also... This is a big jewelry store. This is like an enormous store by Laforet standards. Oh, this entire corner is a store. This is enormous. What is this? It's all written in kanji that I don't know. I mean, I know some of these, but they're written in a weird font. Yeah, this is huge. It's a huge corner. Dickies makes pants in the States, but they're known for like non-jeans with thicker fabric, I think. Ah, okay. Because yeah, they were mostly jeans. Well, I mean, I guess there was a few non-jeans there. There was like regular pants. Shoes. 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 I guess I got shoes on this side too. Shoes. Shoe mind game. Again, I'm like overwhelmed by how many brands I don't recognize, and I feel bad that there's so many brands I have nothing to say about, but it's just like, this is not within my, it was not within my sphere of knowledge at the time, nor is it within my sphere of knowledge now, right? Like, I'm like, I feel like I should have something to say about every store, but I don't, and I'm like, ah. I think some of these are more menswear too, so that's probably why I also was not paying attention. What is this one with like the doors? Yeah, I think this is maybe not a completely menswear floor, but I feel like this floor is definitely more like menswear oriented. Like, I feel like most of the menswear stuff is on this floor. Oh, somebody in a kimono. That's nice. Lee. Yeah, oh, wait. Oh, right, there was another way. Yeah, this is a lot of jeans. This is a lot of jeans and pants. This is many jeans. Okay, yeah, we're back at the beginning now. Yeah, this feels like very much like a more... It's not like all menswear, but it feels like a lot of menswear. This feels kind of like a men-oriented floor. But we will ascend now to floor 3.5. Cheese! What a cute poster. What if your clothes were made of cheese? Truly, cheese. Cheese! Okay. Enough cheese. Enough cheese. We need to... I mean, I guess if your clothes were made... If you were milk-fed... If you were milk-fed, your clothes might be made out of cheese, you know? It's a sign that you're milk-fed. It's a lot of brands. Yeah, that's fair. And, like, a lot of brands come and go, right? Like, not everything is obligated to last forever, you know? Okay, what is this? Daichi? Daichi. It looks like they have, like, a Disney thing going on right now. Or at least, you know, at this time in 2017. Yeah, they got Disney stuff. I wonder if Disney stuff is, like, really easy to license. Because I feel like everyone and their mother has done some kind of Disney collab. Like, sometimes it's the princesses, sometimes it's Mickey Mouse. I feel like everyone has done a Disney collab at some point. Oops! Okay, sorry. Hit my pop filter. I don't know. I remember again, that same designer that I was talking about earlier for Atelier Pierrot, I think she mentioned during her panel as well that like when it comes to brands that are trying to get licenses for like, you know, if you want to have like a Disney collection or a Sanrio collection, I believe you don't go to the company directly, especially with these like really big like megacorp type ones. Usually there'll be like other companies essentially that will like manage the licenses. So you contact them and they'll be like, we have these licenses. Are you interested? You may, you know, we can work with you on any of these. And then, so usually that's why I guess maybe there's some that are just like really easy to get in contact with. And that's why everyone has a Disney collab. L'Atelier du Savon. Look inside. Atelier du Savon means like the soap workshop. Look inside. Clothes. Actually, ça c'est l'atelier du vêtement. Il n'y a pas de savon ici, actually. Alright, what's this way? What's this way? Riddle. Galize it. I know there's another letter there, but I don't know what it is, so we're just gonna have to guess. It's like, is it legalize it? Regalize? 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 I don't think that's a word. Regalize it? Ooh, what is this? Oh! Do they still have their own store? I don't know. Maybe. I don't remember if they have their own store. Because I believe this brand, Lehrgetter. I think it's Lehrgetter. I think it's more of a German name. It's more German than French name, I think. But I think they now sell through Atelier Pierrot. I'm pretty sure. They might still have their own store, but I think I've seen their stuff on Atelier Pierrot's website. This is pretty cute. This is pretty cute. This is a Lolita brand. Look at these teacups. But yeah, I would say it's kind of more like in line with like Jane Marple in terms of like how Lolita it is. Because you got some stuff that's like definitely like, you could wear this with a petticoat and it would work, but then there's also stuff that's like, you know, this is a little flatter. I don't know. Maybe it's the pearl necklaces. I feel like this coordination, like this dress, this blue one on the left specifically, more so than the one on the right. Maybe it's just the way it's coordinated feels very like momish? I don't know. Maybe it's the pearl necklace, I think. But the other one also has the pearl necklace. I think it's the pearl necklace with the plainer neckline compared to the one on the right, which has like more frills there. I don't know. It feels like it's like frilly, but also like mother. I don't know. I feel like it might not be the best way to describe it. Is that all that's on this floor, I think? I guess this is a smaller floor. Oh, and I guess this is where you go to sign up for the card. Yeah, I guess there's not as much on this floor. It's a smaller floor. Yeah, they're not all equally big. Alright. We shall ascend to floor 4. At the Batty Garage. Personally, I think that this garage is not quite as that batty at all. This is a rather stylish and well put together garage. I like this dress look here. This is a cute outfit. Again, I'm biased to things with sailor collars though. But it looks like this one's a bigger floor, so we got more to explore here. We got Dot and Stripes, Child Woman. Let's see. I wouldn't say this is very childish. And I don't see any kids clothes here. I guess these sparkling shoes are a bit child. But yeah. Dot and Stripes. Jouetti. Jouetti? Jouet-y? Jouetti? 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 This is pretty cute. I remember this kind of skirt. Like, mini skirt with frill at the bottom. This was big at the time. This was the style at the time. You know? Ciara. Make Harajuku girls more kawaii. And now make a girl more kawaii. Just any of them. Can we get a better look? Oh, these are phone cases. These are phone cases. Looks like they have like other accessories, but it's mostly phone cases. I feel like every fashion-oriented mall there has to have at least one. Like, they're legally mandated phone case store. What do we have here? Oh, En Rouge, back in 2017. We'll come back to this. Let's look at double name. You call yourself double name, and yet that is your only name. Curious. Curious. And they were having a novelty fair. This is KBF. Another that I have not heard of. I really did like these, like, oh, these were also big, I feel, in like all fashions at the time as well. Not just Lolita, but like this like lace overlayer. I would like those. But yes, En Rouge, En Rouge. I'm pronouncing this a very French way. It's probably more like En Rouge. En Rouge. Accept. What? I stepped away, but back with some Coco Ichiban curry. Oh, let's go! Yeah, yesterday I had some curry, beef curry on rice with cheese. And I probably shouldn't have eaten it, because I will have to go exercising today. But it's fine. It's fine to have a treat, probably. But yes, this brand is now considered one of the like more well-known, more popular G-Rai brands. But this was before it was technically that. But you can definitely see the like, you can see it, right? Like kind of the stirrings of what is to come, you know? Like, you know, the shape of the garment, the kind of frills. Like, it's not quite what it became, but like you can see it, right? You can see it. Oh man, I'm trying to find like a good angle. Can I just like go like, ah, there we go, perfect. Yeah, like this is what I was talking about with like kind of what they called like larm style at the time. I wouldn't say this is 100% larm, but like this is kind of like you can see the roots of it, kind of, you know? You can see the beginnings. I think the other thing with G-Rai is I don't know when the name was coined, because actually originally like the style we usually call now, and they still sometimes call it that. So the style originally, people would for a while would call it just like girly. People still kind of call it like girly K sometimes. But another name for it that they got was Ryosangata. And Ryosangata means like mass produced or like factory produced. And Ryosangata, it got that name. It was one of those ones where it was like kind of originally a derogatory kind of sounding name. But then it became, I guess, just the most common search term for that style. So it just kind of stuck. But Ryosangata is like, they call them factory, because it kind of started as a thing, I guess, among like, specifically girls who were into male idols. Basically, people called it Ryosangata because the outfits and the clothing were all so similar that people would say, oh, it looks like these girls were all like machine produced. Like they were all like mass produced. So that's where it got the name. But then I don't know when people started calling it G-Rai. And even then, like if you look at a lot of stores, like it's not, I don't think it's even used as an insult anymore. It's kind of just like, stores will literally just say, it's like, yes, we make G-Rai and Ryosangata clothes. Like they'll just straight up call it that now, I feel. Or like, because I guess it's good for SEO, I guess. So, but I think this was slightly before that. I feel like that didn't happen until like 2019, 2020. But I don't know when the word G-Rai was actually coined, but En Rouge is definitely still around though. Rebecca Boutique. Is it Rebecca or Lebecca? It's Lebecca, okay. Yeah. This is pretty cute. Lots of gingham. I like gingham. I like gingham. Myob. Mind your own business. New York City. I think people in New York City generally do that, yes. Let's see, what is this? Worldwide Love. Meow. Meow meow. 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 Fleur de Calina. Yeah, these are a lot of ones that I feel are like not quite my style. But look at this floating woman here. The Google Maps just cutting things off. What is this? Their sign is backwards. And I'm gonna go to the other side to see what this thing's called. RNA Media. Okay. Yeah, this is another one that's like very denim. Camille B. Is this? Oh, this is shoes, I think. X-Girl. Oh, you know what else that everybody? You know what else everybody in like late 2010s loved? Checkerboards. I feel like that was like another thing that was like common. I had a pair actually of like checkerboard sweatpants. Maybe it was a thing that started with Vans, because I know like Vans had like, you can find checkerboard Vans pretty easily. Yep, this is shoes. It's all shoes. It's shoes. Crisp. Crisp. They are crisp. It is the crisp store. If they were in America, they would be called chips. It would be called Chip. Are we back at the beginning? Oh yeah, we're back at the beginning with the garage. Yeah. Yeah, we're back at the beginning, I think. We've done the full tour. We've done full tour. So we will ascend now to floor 4.5. Where okay. we were momentarily thrust into the void there, but that's okay. The secret void between floors 4 and 4.5 here. W closet. Not the L closet. It's the W closet. I don't know, this one's kind of cute. Again, it's not like entirely my style, but... Is this another small floor? This is another small one. We got the Genesis. The Genesis, the very beginning of Denim. The Genesis. In the beginning, God said, "Let there be jeans." And there was jeans. What do we got here? Majestic Legon? Maybe they meant Legion? Majestic. Checkerboard Vans are probably a majority of my shoes around 2006 to 2010. Yeah, I feel like you can still buy them today. I feel like they still make them. Like, I feel like they kind of never... I feel like I still see people with them today. Like, I feel like they've never, like, fully fallen out of style. Let's see. As No as Pinky. As No as Pinky. As No as Pinky. Okay, I think this is a small floor. That's probably why it's floor 4.5. So let's ascend to the final floor. Let's go to the final floor. We're going to floor 5. This is the top floor. This is the last one, I think. Because technically they do have another floor up from here, but it looks like, I think, if I remember correctly, it's like, it's not used, it's used mostly for, like, events. Like it's used for, like, fashion shows or special events. I don't remember if it's outdoor or not. I think they might have some kind of, like, rooftop thing, but I guess Google didn't capture it because, as you can see, it was not open at the time. Yeah, I still have one signed by a high school classmate. Oh yeah, I guess writing on Vans and writing on Converse was like a thing that used to be really popular, right? I imagine people probably somewhere still do it. For me, the thing is that if somebody like signed my shoes, I feel like I'd be scared to get them wet ever again, right? Because like if you have wet shoes, then it's like, oh, the Sharpie's gonna bleed. Page Boy. This one might still be around. It probably is. I like this, like, crocheted tank top. I feel like these definitely came back. These guys definitely came back. What's over here? Licca? This looks very fairy tale themed. This is accessories, though. I really do like, every store in Laforet feels very, like they're giving their 100% when it comes to, like, their storefronts, I feel. Like, every storefront looks completely unique. Like, you remember how I said with the department stores, sometimes I'd accidentally, like, walk into store, or, like, accidentally almost commit shoplifting because I did not realize where the store ended and the next one began? This is not a problem in Laforet. Like, it's, besides just, like, the walls, I feel like every store has, like, its own very distinct look, right? They're all very distinct from each other. This is still Page Boy, just from a different angle. Yeah. They were up for retirement when they signed them. Retirement from shoes? Oh, this is still Page Boy. This is still Page Boy. Oh, this is another brand. Actually, Evelyn. I believe this is another brand that has become not necessarily Jirai, but like Jirai adjacent, kind of. And like, yeah, again, you can also kind of see, you see the roots of it, right? Like, you see the vision. Do you see the vision? I see the vision. I see the vision of things to come, which is mostly because I'm looking at this from the future. But I see the vision. I see the vision. And what's over here? A lot of smiley faces. Accommode. They're happy. What's this? E-World Gallery. Oh, this is another one I think I've been exposed to almost entirely through people trying to get rid of their stuff secondhand on Closet Childs. Is there a way I can look at this from a better angle? Please, just like 2 feet forward. There we go. I see. Yeah, this one's kind of frilly. This one also is very much of the time. Shoe retirement, yeah. Oh, okay, so like the shoes were retiring. I thought you were like, my classmates are retiring, and I'm like, were they like going to college in their 60s or something? Yeah, I can see the Jirai K from here. Yeah. This one I think is, yeah, I feel like I've seen a lot of it secondhand. You know what, I think maybe my impression of this might be an Axe Femme issue again, where like my impression of this brand was shaped by looking at the pieces that people were trying to get rid of, rather than the pieces people were keeping because they liked. But yeah, this is nice. This is cute. You know, maybe having a nice storefront also was influencing my decisions when it comes to things. Because there's things I see on an online storefront and I'm like, eh. And then I know if I went there and I saw them in like a real storefront that was like decorated and looked like this, I'd be like, oh, I need this. Lowry's Farm. Straw hats for the farm. Phone case bar. Oh, it's phone cases. We don't need phone cases. One after another. Nice clout. Nice clout. Cocoa Ichiban curry is smoother than I remember. Are you getting like the frozen ones or like the grocery store ones, or did you like actually, is there like an actual cocoa curry in your area and you went there? Nice clout. I mean, I don't know. This is pretty cute. I like this skirt. This is a nice skirt. Nice clout. Nice clout. I don't want to laugh at their names too much. I don't want to just be the person that's going through and being like, haha, silly English, haha, but also like, nice clout. It's the packages. Ah, okay. Nice clout. Because I know Cocoa Curry does have locations in the States somewhere. It's in like, California or something probably, right? Rivet and Surge. Oh, that's actually a nice name for a brand. It's like sewing machine terms. You know what this reminds me of, actually? I think I had a coworker at a previous job who would dress like, maybe not these skirts, but like I'm looking at like this like dress shirt thing here and I'm like, this shirt looks like something he would wear. Like that was very much his style, kind of. That's what this reminds me of. What's over here? Is this still... Oh no, this is a different store. This is no longer Nice Clout. What is this? There's no sign. Oh, Chico. Chico? Yeah, Chico. This is... Chico. Chico. I boiled it. Ah, okay. Do you usually like microwave or something? What is this? Olive des Olives. I know this one is still around because Twitter really wants me to know that it's still around. I keep getting like suggested tweets. I guess because like, especially on my new alt account. I made a new alt account and I followed like mostly J fashion brands, and like I feel like this one, I guess because I follow other ones, is constantly being promoted to me. Hold on, I'm gonna Google it now. I want to see like if their stuff still looks sort of similar, because I feel like it looks different now from what I've seen. Olive. Okay, I should spell that right. Olive des Olives. Okay. Let's look at their Instagram. Okay, yeah, their stuff definitely looks different now. Oh yeah, this is a huge change. This is a huge change. Like, hold on, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, this is big. This is very different. This is very different. I'm going to paste the link to their Instagram in the chat here. Once I can figure out how to do that. I hope I did not ban links in my YouTube chat. Here we go. Yeah, this is what their stuff looks like now. It's very, like, it's very different than what's here. Like, here is, I feel like this is like their color palette has completely changed. Like, you look at the Instagram now and it's like, hold on, I'll open it up here. Will this dox me? This will not dox me. Okay. I'm trying to go about this in a way that's not going to dox me. I think we're good. Everything is covered. But yeah, like, look at the stuff here. Like, it's very, like, pastel. It's very, like, soft. Yeah, it looks like they've had, like, a huge change in their aesthetic here. Oh, they got the big shoes thing going on. I love the big shoes. You see the big shoes just right above my head? These guys. I've been into big shoes. I think this is like the past year or so has just been like the Kingdom Heartsification of Eggy. I feel like I've just been into big shoes. I want the biggest shoes possible. Please just give me big shoes. Like, what is the point of having an outfit if not big shoe, you know? How would you like to improve your outfit? Have you tried giving it a bigger shoe? Yeah, I feel, yeah, this is very different, I feel. But I guess it has been like, again, 8 years, so it's not surprising. I think this is just like the first one that's like actually like changed this much. All right, how do I get back to the other tab? Hold on, I'm now stuck in their Instagram. Hold on. Let's go back to the, no, hold on. There we go. Let's tab back. Here we go. Here we go. We're fixed. We fixed it. We're good. Moving on. What's next? Poudoudou. Poudoudou 23. Poudoudou. Poudoudou. We got the gingham pants. The Jinjam pants. Everybody loves the Jinjam pants. I put too much rice. No! No, I think about this, like, these kinds of collars, like an embroidery to have, like, a thing on the collar is, like, very... I don't know. I feel like that was popular, I remember, at the time. I think I didn't have any dresses or shirts like that, but, like, I wanted one really badly because I thought this was really cute. My friend just got into giant cowboy boots and he's trying to sell me on them. Okay, cowboy boots is different though. Like, that's not the same as big shoe. Like, I think the thing with cowboy boot is that, like, yeah, not giant but larger than most boots. I think for me it's more the cowboy that I think about than the size of the boot. Because I feel like having big shoes is one thing, but having big cowboy boots specifically is different. Because I feel like you need to have the attitude to go with it. Otherwise you just kind of try hard. I remember when I worked at a mall, because I was working in, like, guest services, right? I was working, like, I remember my manager, she was kind of in charge of, like, she was kind of the liaison for a lot of, like, if like, somebody owned a store in the mall, right? And they were having issues with that, like, she was kind of the liaison for those kinds of things. But there was one manager that I remember she liked to make fun of, because he was, like, 100%, like, lives in the city, does not have any country in him whatsoever, but he would just, like, show up with, like, a giant belt buckle and a cowboy hat and cowboy boots to meetings. Which, I mean, I guess, like, more power to him, but she's like, it does not fit him at all. Like, alright. And here we got Heather. Heather. This is cute. I like this. This one right here. This, like, black jumpsuit thing. I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. I like rompers, but rompers are so hard to... It's so hard to find rompers that look good on me, I think. I think I'm just, like, not tall enough to make rompers work. Because I think my problem with rompers is that, like, So I am not very tall, and I'm somewhat curvy. So what ends up happening is that, like, either everything is too wide, and it doesn't fit at the shoulders, or it does fit at the shoulders, but everything is too long. I think maybe rompers are just harder to make, right? Because it's, like, it's hard enough to find pants for myself, but it's like, imagine trying to find pants that also had to fit well on, like, the top half of your body, right? It's like the additional challenge. And I guess they're harder to design for, like, different body types, because it's not like a dress where, like, you know, like, if you have, like, a fairly wide dress, right? Like, you're like, okay, we're gonna make a thing that has, like, you know, it's fitted bodice, and then, like, the skirt flares out a little. And it's like, okay, at that point, everything past the hip, it does not matter what size that is, right? Like, whatever happens, right? Whereas, like, I guess with rompers, it's like, oh no, we actually need to think about how this will fit on the leg. Like, usually your thighs, when you're wearing a dress, your thighs are kind of an afterthought. But unfortunately, when it comes to pants, and I guess by extension rompers, then it's like, okay, no, that's an important part of it. So you're saying Eggy is Eggy? Do I look like an egg? I don't know. I'm trying to be less... I don't know. Some people I've seen use the word curvy as basically, like, a more polite way of saying, like, fat or plus size, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, because I think you can definitely be one without the other, right? Like, there are people who are, like, plus size and do not have any curves whatsoever, like, but then there's also people who, like, are not plus size, like, they're still very much within straight sizes, but they just have, like, really wide hips or whatever. Like, yeah. Rompers seem like a pain in the butt. Like, what kind of top cares about my inseam? Like, yeah, that's the other thing, is I feel like the only way to get, like, a romper that is guaranteed to fit is, like, either you have, like, a very, very common body shape and you have, like, the correct proportions, or you just have to get it, like, made custom or something, because, like, it's so difficult. And the other thing, too, with rompers is that, like, pants, you can hem pants. That's incredibly easy. It's so insanely easy to hem pants, right? And it's also very easy to, like, you know, you can do all sorts of things with dresses, right? But I feel like rompers are, like, uniquely impossible to, like, because, like, especially if you need to make, like, let's say, like, maybe you have, like, a taller upper body and you need to make that longer, you can't. Or, like, you can't add material. You can only take it out. So it's like, it feels like they're just, like, uniquely impossible to modify to fit you. Yeah, like, I like them. I like how they look. It's just that, like, I will never find... I've just, like, made peace with the fact that I'm never going to find one that looks good on me, you know? Yeah, curvy is different from that. Yeah, because, like, again, you can be curvy without being plus size, and you can be plus size without being curvy. But, like, yeah, it's very... It's just very difficult. People just kind of assume they're both the same thing, but no. If anything, I think as I've gained weight, as I've gotten closer to being plus size, I don't know, am I plus size? I don't think I'm plus size. I think I'm, like, on the edge of straight sizes, I think is where I'm at right now. But I think, like, plus size, like, as I've gotten closer to plus size, as I've gained weight over time, I feel like I've actually gotten less curvy, just because, like, I feel like, you know, because, like, okay, when you gain weight, at the beginning, like, your hips will more or less, at least for me, my hips would more or less stay the same size, right? So I feel like a lot of it was just packing into my, like, my waist. So I feel like the ratio between my waist and my hips is bigger than, or it's smaller than it used to be, despite the fact that I'm, like, bigger. Yeah. Exactly. My pants don't care about my torso length, and my t-shirt doesn't care how long my legs are. Rompers, though, they care. Yeah, it's like, there is exactly one kind of person. Like, t-shirts and pants individually can fit different kinds of people, but like, it's like, no, if you're getting a romper, it's you better be the exact kind of person we need. The women I knew who wore rompers usually weren't curvy, now that you mention it. Yeah, I think overalls also had the same issue, but to a lesser extent, I think, because like, usually I feel like rompers, like overalls, I feel they don't cover your whole front, right? Like rompers, like here, this, on the mannequin, they have her in a t-shirt, right? But this could very easily be worn just like on its own, right? But I think that like, because overalls are usually not made to cover your whole front, like usually you're supposed to have something underneath overalls, I feel like it's less of an issue, right? And because the back of overalls is typically just straps, right? So like I feel like overalls are more just like pants with an additional extension, and rather than like, you know, shirt and pants attached together, you know? I have a little shorter legs. It's hard to find some clothes that fit without adaptation. Oh yeah, I remember like, okay, in like you know when maxi dresses were really big and popular? Like, you know, super like floor length. I could never find anything that fit me because like at the time I was like in terms of body weight and proportions, like I was a small, right? I had like small shoulders, I had small waist. But in terms of height, yeah, so basically even the small ones, for whatever reason, they assume that like, they just assume that you were a certain height. So like, all the ones I ever tried on, they all dragged on the floor because I was too short for all of them. And I couldn't even go smaller. Like I wasn't small enough for extra small. And even extra small was still pretty long. So I was like, I don't know what you want from me. Who are these for? Yeah, overalls typically have adjustable shoulder straps, so it's not as difficult. I mean, I've seen some rompers do that as well, but it's also, it doesn't help because if it doesn't fit around your butt, then it's not gonna do anything, you know? But yeah, it's like, I like the concept of rompers, but the execution it's just never good. It's just never good. And I think we have seen everything we could see. This is the last floor. This is the only floor we have not seen. Everything past here is event space that they have not photographed because, again, people usually only go there when there's stuff going on. So, yeah. That's all of it. That's all of it. That's all of it. We could maybe go back outside. Oh god, my map is still blue. I selected it and I don't know how to unselect it now. Let's see, where can I guess we can go back to this year. We can go back to this year. Let's see. Let's see, where is Harajuku Station? Where is the place I'm looking for? We go to IKEA Harajuku. Ah, Takeshita Dori. Is Takeshita Dori here? Oh yes, here we go. We're on Takeshita Dori. This is the place I was complaining about. So this was May of 2021. Let's go all the way to the end. So this was May of 2021. So this is not like completely. This is not completely. But yeah, this was the place that I was disappointed by. So this is May of 2021. I guess they took it at a time of day where, because usually they have decorations on this gate. I think they just took it at a time of day when it wasn't there. But yeah, you see, they got crepes. But as you'll see, there's a lot of just like just the big brands have moved in. Like we got. I mean, I guess we got some secondhand stores. A lot of these places probably aren't here anymore either. Like, you know, we got fast food. We got this WeGo, which is also a chain store. This, I think, there was a secondhand store in here. I don't think whatever this was is still there, but, I feel like there was a secondhand store in here. Oh yeah, because I think Sweets Paradise is still there as well. We got makeup store. We got, again, this was 2021, so a lot of these might have just closed due to, you know, due to regular circumstances. But we got just straight up a drugstore. This is just a pharmacy. Kokumin is just straight up, despite the fun, silly logo, Kokumin is just like, it's just a drugstore. It's just a drugstore. It's just like a normal place where you buy, you know, headache medicine and stuff. Oh, listen flavor. I think that was... They don't have a store there anymore, do they? Or maybe there was and I missed it. I do believe the Yosuke store is still there. It's a shoe brand, yeah. Banana no Kami-sama. Yeah. There's a lot of restaurants here. This was... Yeah, this was, again, many of these places are no longer here. Oh, there was another Etude House. This was definitely not there when I went. That Etude House was gone, I believe. This was here, I think. Ah, yes, the Cute Cube. I believe this was all here. All this was here, I think, when I went. Except the Etude House, but, like, all the rest of it was still here. I think the other thing, too, is that, like, this street is also usually, like, way busier, I think. It's just that, like, they have, I think they just, like, Google Images tends to take the pictures at, like, super early. Like, you know, I feel like they take it in as, like, but how you went inside? What do you mean, how I went inside? I went outside now. This is outdoors. Oh, Closet Child. Oh, yeah, Closet Child. They have, the Closet Child was still there. So Closet Child, which you can see their logo faintly here, one of their locations is on the 2nd floor in Harajuku. This is the secondhand store that I like to shop at. This one I like. This one I like. I don't know what was, I don't remember what was down here. I think whatever was here, they fixed it up. It did not look like that. A lot of construction. A lot of crepes. 7-Eleven. It's 2025, fine to say the name now. What do you mean? Like, this is all Harajuku. This is Harajuku in Tokyo. This is a well-known area. This is a well-known area. This is also not remotely close to where I lived. I did not live in Tokyo when I was studying there. Ah, Bodyline. Oh, Bodyline. Bodyline. This store I know for sure is not there anymore. Oh boy. Bodyline is, one of the brands of all time. So Bodyline was a brand that made... Now they mostly... I feel like they've pivoted mostly to cosplay. But Bodyline was a brand that did, like, very extremely cheap Lolita. Like, it was very common for... Like, it was, like, reasonable quality. It wasn't, like, amazing quality, like... But it was, like, you know, okay. Like, you wouldn't look terrible. But it was pretty common back in the day for someone's, like, first dress to be Bodyline because they were, like, very cheap compared to everything else. Like, and they would have sales pretty often now. So, like my first pieces, I believe, they were all from Bodyline. And I think I got, my first dress was, like, $30 or something. Like, it was very cheap. But, yeah, I think they had kind of been on the way out for a while. They had, like... there was like a whole bunch of, I don't even know, it was drama about their CEO, because he would like have these contests of like finding the next girl to like model for Bodyline, but then there was obviously all sorts of like rumors about that, and like, you know, it's like, oh, people would jokingly call it like his wife finding contest. But yeah, so I think after a while they pivoted mostly to cosplay. I don't even know if they do Lolita anymore, or if they do, then it's so expensive that it's not worth the price. It's fine saying the name now. No, it's because I don't know what YouTube does. Because I know, you know how on YouTube, if you say certain things, it will like, you know how like, I don't know how it works with live streams, but I've seen videos where somebody will like offhandedly talk about like global warming or something, and then like YouTube will put that little like ticker in the bottom. But yeah, used to visit there. Bodyline, the store I only went to once. They were mostly online. When I bought their stuff for the first time, I ordered it online. But yeah, back in the day, it was very common to, like, for that to be... Because again, it was like very inexpensive and stuff went on sale super often. So again, it was kind of considered like, it wasn't like a brand. People would kind of look down on it, but it was also like, you know, if you're just getting started or if you're just dipping your toes in, it's like, well, you could do worse. We didn't have a lot of options back in those days, keep in mind. But yeah, no, because like, you remember how at the beginning of the pandemic, if you said COVID or pandemic, your video would get demonetized because basically YouTube didn't want to like be profiting off of people like sensationalizing or spreading misinformation. I mean, that happened anyway, but like initially they didn't want to, so I don't know if that rule still applies. But like, I feel like I've seen people on YouTube when they stream, they avoid just straight up saying the word, you know? Here we go. Who is being promoted here? Is this free? I think this is free. What anime is this? What anime is this? I feel like I recognize these characters, but I also don't at all. I know people like to look at this and they're like, hee hee, look at the name of this. It's actually, they just make like Tanghulu. They just make like strawberry Tanghulu. That's all they do. Yeah, I feel like this isn't also very accurate because like usually this area is more crowded, but I think Google goes in and takes pictures at like 7 in the morning when there's like barely anyone there, which makes sense if you're trying to like find cool, like if you're just trying to make sure that everything is visible and like not too many faces are in the shot, but also just like it makes it look like it's a completely dead area because like absolutely everything is closed because it's like 6 or 7 in the morning, you know? Can I go further than this? Oh, no, okay, I can. Although there doesn't seem to be... Again, it looks like everything is closed, and some of it probably did close down, but like, it's because it was probably... How long did you live there? I was there for 6 months. So I did an exchange in 2022 and the first half of 2023, I guess. I was in Kobe. For 6 months. Originally, I was supposed to go in 2020. And I was supposed to go for an entire year, but then because of you know, general global events, that was delayed a year. And then in 2021, it got delayed a year again. So by the time I was able to go, I didn't have enough like credits left. Because like, you know how for school it's like, okay, you have to have like X number of credits to graduate. I didn't have enough credits left to actually like do a full year. Like I only had like 1 semester's left of credits. So yeah, so I went for 6 months, which is better than nothing. I don't know, I want to move back someday. I want to go back. I don't know how or what I would do there, but I want to go back. For sure. Good day. The silhouette. And then there's... McDonald. McDonald. Big camera, Daiso, the big companies, McDonald, Paris Kids. Oh, I think Paris Kids might actually still be there. Paris Kids is like, they just make accessories, cute little accessories. Yeah. No coffee. McDonald. Yeah, and this is where like you get like all the big... Oh, okay, this is the entrance with the decorations. I guess I just came in through the wrong end. Yeah, usually they decorate the gate. Usually they change the decorations every so often, but yeah. And there's Yoshinoya. There's Yoshinoya. No, I don't think I went to that Yoshinoya. I'm gonna have to see if I can find... Where was the one I went to? September 2023. Okay, these are more recent. I think I walked for like, it felt like so long. It wasn't, oh, you can go into the station? That's new, okay. Yeah, I think I just like walked down this street. Where's Laforet? I'm trying to like orient myself here. This Harajuku station is there, hold on. Oh no, Laforet is way over here. Okay. Okay, so I just keep going this way. There we go. Because yeah, I think I was like... Because yeah, like there's a lot of fast food in the area. I just felt bad that I ate fast food. You know when you like go somewhere special and like somewhere that's like known for a specific kind of food and then you just like end up not feeling like it and you're like, man. This is the other reason I need to go back to Japan, because I feel like when I went, I was like, it was my last semester of university, right? So like I spent a lot of time just like not doing things and worrying about like, because I didn't know what I was going to do after university, right? Like I didn't have any plan, right? So like I think I spent just too much time worrying about that and not enough time enjoying things. Like actually going places and enjoying stuff. So I think that's what I would do if I went back. I need to go back and actually, now that I have like a brain that can enjoy things, I need to go and enjoy things. Ah, okay, so Laforet is here. Maybe it's in the other direction. But yeah, that's Harajuku. The streets are way wider here than I expected. Like, I mean, I guess there is a lot of people. Like, it's a very popular area, both for like domestic and like international tourism. So it's like, there is always a lot of people. It was very crowded when I went. The location is definitely in Japan. Look at the text. Yeah, I know where. This isn't GeoGuessr. I'm in Google Maps in Japan on purpose here. Welcome, I put fish in a washing machine. We're not GeoGuessing. I know where I am. I know very well where I am. But yes, I'm about to be not online though, because I believe I have covered everything I wanted to cover. What time is it? I've been going for about 3 hours, a little over 3 hours. Yeah. I'm glad I got to do this though. This was like a stream idea I had for like a very long time. Cause like I found out that like you can go inside some buildings in Google Maps. It's not up to date, but you can. And I'm like, that's cool. Maybe I can explore other places. Maybe there's other places I can look at. That's neat. That's good to know. But what was down this way? There is a secondhand store. Actually, I might have gone into this Kinji used clothing. I think I might have gone... Oh, no, it wasn't this one. It was like another one in a different street. They had a few of them in the area, I think. But yeah, I have nothing more to add. We've seen everything that Google Maps will be willing to show us, I think. But I think that might be the stream for today. I am once again in the difficult position of not knowing how to end a stream on YouTube because I'm so used to being on Twitch and everything is rating. I don't know how to finish a YouTube stream. Like, what do? I just finish the stream and you guys just leave? That's it? There's nothing else? How do we survive? How do you live like this? It was a cool stream, thank you. Yeah, it's like, what do you mean I have to just finish the stream and everybody goes home? What do you mean I don't have to instantly, like, toss you into somebody else's chat? What do you mean? I seem to remember there was, like, a store in the area that sold Chiikawa stuff. Because I remember, okay, I actually, on my one of my last weeks in Japan, I actually did get to meet up with, Mikan the mink, Mikan Nonomiya Mikan, because she was in Japan at the time. So we went to Harajuku together, and I remember there was like a store that she went into. I don't remember where it was. I remember it was in Harajuku though, because she went in there for a while because they had like Chiikawa stuff, and she was like very carefully, like she was like pulling out, like she was like looking at things on the shelf, and she was like very carefully like weighing things to see and make sure like she was like sticking to the Chiikawa budget, like. Yeah, that's how you went inside. There's just places you can do that, right? Yeah. I don't know how Google decides which ones are worth, like, doing and which ones aren't. But yeah, there's, you can do that for some places. You can do that for some places. Google has an inside walk around. I'd have to find out which ones they do. I imagine some train stations, maybe Google might. But yeah, I don't know how they decide which ones are worth doing. But yeah, it's nice that Laforet was considered important enough to do that with, though. Even if it is a bit outdated, it's like, yeah, it's a time capsule. It's a time capsule. You could raid yourself. I'm not gonna stream on Twitch, though. I can't. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I just have to send you home. You just have to go home. I can't keep you here. You just have to go home. You're gonna have to go home. So, I guess before I leave, I will have to say all my things. Next week is gonna be more or less the same as this week. I think I've fallen into the schedule. Sunday, I'm off Saturday. Sunday is Zelda, Majora's Mask on Twitch. Monday is Mahjong on Twitch. Tuesday will be Katamari on Twitch. I will be off Wednesday and Thursday. And then next Friday will be something. I don't know what I'll do. I feel like Fridays will be for YouTube. Fridays will be for YouTube, but I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. But there will be something here on Friday. I will be here on Friday unless something else happens. And yeah, so I think next week will be roughly the same as this week. You know, more or less. But thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me yap about clothing. Even if I didn't have much to say about some of it. But thank you for being here. I guess I'm gonna have to go throw you at my very cool end card. Because we're at the stream. There's no more stream. The stream is over. We are done. Goodbye. Thank you, bye-bye. And look at my cool end card. But on YouTube now. Ta-da!